So I'm gonna guess that you're not a comedian.
Me?
The guy who said you have to talk into the microphone.
All right.
Fuck you.
I don't think they heard that, dude. I don't think you're using it correctly.
Yeah. Hold it up a little bit.
Now?
Yeah, we're live now.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you very well.
How many people
Cool.
are listening?
Why are you so
Hey.
concerned over how many people?
Hey, can you?
listen?
You know what would
Why
really
is
help
that
the
all that
podcast? Why don't you
matters?
sit outside? I think that'd be great.
I want to talk about that.
I just don't know why you're so obsessed with it. Why are you so obsessed with how many people are listening?
Don't you want
that what
people
you-
to
You
listen
don't
to
even
this?
want to be on camera.
No.
You don't even want to be seen
Yeah.
on this thing.
No, what I love is,
Are you kicking me out now?
I mean,
No, he wants you to respond. That's what he wants you to do.
Oh.
you're allowed to stay.
Honestly, you are the most interesting person in this room right now. Considering
true.
How chatty you are, yet how much you don't want to be on the camera.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind leaning on the microphone, just can you tell us what it is you do?
I work for a parcel data company in the San Francisco area, but I work remotely. I live here.
Okay. So why are you so interested in
Our-
workings?
in listenerships and
Right.
who listens
You had a
to
radio
certain
show, you
podcasts,
said, right?
I used to have a radio show in the Bay Area at Stanford Radio.
Okay. What happened to that?
What happened to that?
I moved and I had to commute down to Palo Alto, which was really far. It was like 45 minutes. So, and my show was like at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I like changed my slot to 10 p.m. to like a later show, and
Okay.
I started to have to commute, and it was.
How many listeners did you have back then?
Online I had like 15.
15. Okay.
But like.
Terrestrial radio.
like-
So you had 7 times as many listeners as we probably have currently.
But then, like on the radio, I don't know. That you can't really count that as far as like the dial radio, but you can on the internet.
You tell me Nielsen can't record that?
What do you mean?
Or Arbitron? Arbitron can.
Arbitron? What the fuck
What's
is
an
Arbitron?
Arbitron.
Is that the most useless Decepticon?
No, arbitrary. Get it? No, Arbitron. Why am I here in this episode?
I am
I
Arbitron.
shouldn't
I
be
love
here.
Stanford College Radio.
No. Arbitron was the company that measured like viewership for terrestrial radio. So I'm from Florida, and we had 93.3 FLZ, and they always say Arbitron rated #1 with the hits,
Right.
and then they play a Nelly song.
Maybe we should explain who we have here today, because this is unusual for the Comedy Office
Yeah,
podcast.
great,
We're
great.
not, we haven't actually we haven't even done anything in over like 3 weeks. Seriously.
Office has been closed.
Well, no,
You
the
don't really
office
take
has been
regular-
operating, but like we haven't done any podcasting.
So he's saying
so
LA
people
is
are
not
waiting for
interesting.
this.
Haven't found
People
one
want
interesting person in LA.
People have been waiting with bated breath. There's been a lot of travel. There was a holiday. There's been a lot of stuff happening.
That's true. Holidays.
Yeah, no, exactly. We're trying.
Right.
We're probably gonna reformat the way that we do this, but this is a
Understand.
good test. And
Sure.
also, obviously, we got a special guest,
Ah, it's very kind of you.
Chris.
Happy to be. I'm very happy to be here.
Chris
The other two
Sanders.
people here are not special.
Yeah, well, this guy next to me is just some friend you brought around.
Wait, Chris, can we talk about how you were on my show?
Yeah.
Well,
oh
no,
my
no, no,
God.
no,
Hey,
no,
hey,
no,
hey.
no, 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 no.
Hey,
We're
hey,
not
Cameron,
doing.
can you take the mic after
Yeah,
her?
no.
Hey,
You don't want to be on camera, and all you want to do is talk about
About
our
your show.
lack
She's
of
trying
viewership
to
in your
produce
show.
the
Yeah,
show right
yeah.
now.
She's spoken.
Your
in
show doesn't even exist
I don't know
anymore.
if you want to be on camera?
Well, then go sit between
Well,
those two.
Yeah, sit behind us.
Sit
Okay,
like in
cool.
between them. That way you'll be on the camera. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have to get quiet all of a sudden. We can just There we go. Now, what's your name again?
Sophie.
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 Okay.
Sophie
So
of
Sophie,
the now defunct Stanford radio show.
What was the name of your show? What was the name?
Sound landscape.
Sound Landscape.
Okay,
Sound
so
Landscape.
host of the now defunct and forgotten Sound
Hopefully we can grab
Landscape.
some of your 15 listeners.
Yeah. You should tweet about this on your Instagram. And then next
10
to me,
followers.
you are,
Cameron Davis.
and what's your deal?
I'm just visiting.
No, there's more to
Chris,
the story.
Chris, who do you hang out with? Just a
There's-
bunch of people who
yeah,
just don't have
I
anything
met
going
him on the
I
train
met
here
him
in Los
earlier.
Angeles.
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious? You met him on the train? Wait,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you said, can I bring a friend along?
Yeah,
You
I
met
took the
someone-
orange
Chris is
line.
the kind of guy who would do that.
Yeah.
It's
For
not
real,
true,
man.
but he would do
Hey,
that.
you there?
I'm his best
Yeah.
friend, and he likes to talk to strangers more than me. That's 100%.
So,
true.
do you want me to speak for you? You're a man. You can do it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm a comedian. We did a show last night, the 3 Clubs.
We did.
And so I flew out here to do that. I'm a comedian.
You flew out here to do the 3 clubs.
Yeah, baby.
yeah, there we go.
Cool. That's
And I don't know.
It's
how
totally worth
I
it.
don't know
Yeah.
how disappointing that is. But
was
very
it worth it for
disappointing.
you?
I had a good time.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Three
show.
clubs
Great
flew him out.
We
put him
all
up.
three did
Yeah.
the show. Ben was there as well.
Allegiant,
Yep.
Was Sophie on it?
free Coca-Cola.
Oh,
No.
that's a shame.
Oh, that's too
She
bad.
didn't even
so
come.
you didn't
She
do
didn't
your
come.
radio show at Three
Yeah.
Clubs?
That's so crazy.
All right, right next, listen to Animal Collective. My girls. Boom. There we go.
Yo,
Wait, that's all you did on your radio
NPR.
show? Was you just played music? You never took any questions or like gave any kind of advice?
No, I just
Oh no! The only time she took questions from someone, it was Ben Hurwitz in Los Angeles.
actually
and she
true?
cut to commercial.
Was I the only person
Yeah,
who ever did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, she was like.
And I was taken off the air almost immediately.
Yeah.
What year was this?
This was last
years ago.
two years ago.
Oh, so
she
you're-
had me on the show as I played a character known as Chris Sanders, and
Did you connect them?
yeah,
Okay.
I was like, hey, it'd be funny.
So,
if, like, Ben
Sophie,
was
if you
on.
want to blame someone, Chris.
Okay. Blame.
Stop
And
social.
then we had like this mini interview with you, and then you said like you talked trash about people in San Francisco, and then I cut you off.
Yeah, God forbid.
What were you gonna interview him about? What was
I
the?
don't know. It was like I really.
It
want
was-
Ben to be
Chris
on
is the
the
king of
radio.
this.
I'm really
Chris,
good at
Chris teaches
Yeah.
third grade, right?
many grades, but whatever.
He's prolific,
That is
bro.
the weirdest brag I've ever heard in my life. I actually teach many grades.
Spoken by
All
a
the
true
grades.
con
We're on
man.
the playground. They're all the same to me.
I teach all sorts of kids.
Definitely, yeah.
He had me. He said, "Hey Ben, you want to pretend to be a leprechaun for my class?" He had me FaceTime
What
in.
a strange choice for a
We
leprechaun.
FaceTime in second grade
What was
on St. Patrick's Day.
yeah. What was my name?
You had like it was
was
like
like
alliteration. Leroy
Lenny the leprechaun?
Lenny the
Oh, that's
leprechaun.
How fucking
And
original.
this is what
That is
happened.
your Irish
I
accent.
literally like so I had to like watch a class for an hour or whatever, and I like go behind the portable and call Ben. Hey Ben, hey, what are you doing? He's like, just waking up, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, you want to do something fun? He's like, yeah. So hey, you want to be a leprechaun? I think it'd be good for the kids. Like, yeah, anything for the kids. I love the kids.
Can you give
So-
us a taste
so
yeah,
of the character?
that's a direct quote.
Did you go
Yeah.
Irish with it? Do you have a good Irish accent?
No. He's like, hey guys, this is Lemmy the leprechaun, and they go,
We were FaceTiming, like,
and I'm on camera. I haven't done anything. There's no make, and I just go, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
He's sitting at a desk with just like a mug.
You do
Yeah.
the shoes on your
They go,
knee,
so
like,
what's it
wind
like
up.
being a leprechaun? I'm like, I don't know. I just do like mostly stand up. I live in LA.
He only calls me when a kid gets in trouble and he's pretending to call their dad.
He does that
Yes.
to me too.
Oh, he does that to you too?
Yes.
All right, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm calling you. I'm gonna tell your dad that you shit all over the classroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is your dad. Your dad's mad. And they go, hey, go up. I'm gonna put you. Has a kid spoken to me on the phone?
No.
Okay.
Oh, he just said no.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
no.
Why was
So
the
he-
kid
he-
standing
Grandma,
up?
no.
Literally calls me while he's torturing third
No, I'm
graders.
not
Yeah, no, Chris, I'm just having a hard time figuring out what it is you do.
He's a baby.
Listen, the charter school system will hire anyone. No. Oil.
It
steak, and
sounds like
cinnamon.
you just practice child abuse in any way possible.
Not at all. 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 I'm
Curriculum, who needs that? I'll just
Yeah,
get my friend
yeah.
to pose as a leprechaun on FaceTime, and that'll be class for the day.
It was an hour. How long was it? Maybe 20 minutes of class.
Yeah, and the kids were so funny.
That's
Like,
insane.
like he asked them, "How do you guys like Coach Chris?" And this one kid,
Oh.
he's like, "No,
No.
boo."
Some of them were clapping, and one kid was like, I don't like it. Fuck Chris.
Like kids are just like laying on their stomachs, like a bit like bored. You know, it was pretty funny.
Chris,
What
Chris
grade
wanted
do
me
you
to talk
what,
about
Chris,
my
what grade do you
thesis.
teach?
So,
Chris?
like in school, you had like your art teacher. You had
Yeah,
your
no,
PE
that's why I asked.
teacher,
What,
right?
okay,
So,
no,
hold on,
what
let me-
subject is
let
what
me
I
answer
meant.
the
You're right. I
question.
said what grade. Well,
so,
we know you taught. We
uh,
teach all grades,
so
but what
the first
subject?
year I
you
did
teach all
teach.
subjects.
The first year I did chess with the students. and I
That's a
was also-
subject you were teaching.
Yes, and
Okay.
it was also associate teacher, meaning I was assisting teachers in the classroom. And right now, they sort of gave me a promotion.
You're the vice principal
Sort of.
now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am
yeah.
in charge of half
Yeah,
the
now
space.
indeed, yeah.
He gets the whole.
He's the head
playground.
chess teacher.
Head chess teacher, yeah. Now they let me. So we had a partnership with the local art school, film school, and they're allowing me to like essentially head this like stop motion animation program with the grades. So
They'll just let you do anything there, won't they?
Chris makes his kids watch like Fellini movies.
yeah, we watched 8.5 a few weeks ago. We're gonna watch Babette's Feast next week, and after that, we're gonna watch Joker. We're gonna take a field trip, watch
Take a
Joker.
field trip to New York and go look at the steps.
And then my student, I go, "What do you want to be?" You grow up an incel.
You're You're well on your way. son.
Okay, I can see why you wanted to bring him on the podcast.
Yeah,
man.
He knows. He did
Yeah.
Do you want to use the microphone? Okay, cool.
He did research on incels.
I did.
Wait, wait,
Well, I mean,
wait, was this
Tell-
for chess class?
Tell Erickson. Tell Erickson about the origin of incel, being an incel.
I
Sure.
know about the
He does,
origin,
do you?
but yeah, it's from this some psychiatric woman was trying to help a group of men who couldn't get
There you go.
laid, and then it started off as as everything, a good cause to help some people find some salvation through support.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
now it's
misunderstood. I thought
yeah.
it was a woman who couldn't get laid.
No, she was fine.
Oh, okay.
She was just feeling
She was
empathetic
getting
for
it
these
in.
dudes who couldn't get laid.
Involuntary celibate.
There weren't any women
I
part of
am
the group,
aware of
right?
that
There
term.
weren't.
Say again?
There weren't any women in the original group, right? Except for her.
Not that. I mean,
She
I
met
thought
one
I thought it
dude.
was for women and men.
Well, the group was involuntary celibate. It's for anybody, but mostly was men who were in the group. Like they were the ones because let's face it, if you're in a
Women.
group, no, because be real yourself. If you are literally in a physical group, right,
Mhm.
that's all about how you're all involuntary celibate because you're trying to get fucked, and then and you're all a bunch of guys, and a woman joins the group. One of you is to try to fuck her, and one of you is going to fuck her because your arguments would be like, "I will fuck you." So do you want to take care of this right now, or do you want to keep on
Well,
acting?
that's if she will let them fuck her.
But then
If
she's not
you're a good doctor,
involuntary.
you
But then,
fix Mary.
but then,
Then it
she's
becomes
not
voluntary.
But then it's exactly. She's not involuntary celibate though. If you're in a group of involuntary celibates as a woman, and one of them is offering to fuck you, it's not that involuntary.
I feel like
See, I told you he's the incel guy.
That's you tell people about me.
You're
Yeah.
Mr. Incel.
I can't stand that I made one. I've done 4 episodes of a podcast about incels, and it's now got more listens than my podcast I've been doing for 3
that's the
years.
thing. I do wasn't a. Ben just said that you were an incel, but I don't know if you are.
You're not
let's
gonna
clear
upset-
this
Like
no,
up.
I,
Let's
the
clear this
Erickson
up.
I
I'm not
know.
stupid. I'm not. Dude, Erickson. Who's the Erickson
Take
you
the
know?
It was
bait.
2
bro.
years ago, and he had different hair, like and didn't wear glasses.
So
You
the,
frost your tips?
I don't frost my tips.
Yeah, okay.
but I also like prior. I
is
didn't.
that natural?
No, it's not frosting. That's all.
It's highlights. They're different.
Yeah.
It's
Is this just for
highlights.
Christmas
It's,
time?
it's grown out. It's hair that's grown out after you dye it.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's ombre.
Ombre.
Ombre look.
Cameron in for the win on that. one.
I, see, I know my women crowd over here.
Mhm.
Made her laugh.
Is that what the stylists used to call it, or what?
It's when you
What's
like you
ombre?
dye half your hair and then you let grow
This
out.
guy does an
and it's
incel
like two
podcast.
shades.
Don't
Yeah,
use
no
ombre.
way I know
Let me teach
anything
you about women
yeah.
now.
I don't
As
know
a
anything
man.
about women.
Yeah, it's this two-tone hair.
Yeah, no, this is just grown out.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Like Chad
so-
Oh,
Dennison.
no, it's gone from frosted to it looks good.
It always your hair. You always had a good head of hair. I mean,
Thanks, Chris. I
That's
appreciate
Chris's
that.
favorite pickup line.
You've always had a good set of
No, he
hair.
always goes, "Hey, you got a good head of hair over there."
that would work
You
probably a
got a
lot
good head of
better
hair on
than
your
most of
shoulder.
it.
yeah. You too.
Well, you got your hair. We got our haircut the other day at a.
You guys got a haircut
at
together?
Players Club
Yeah.
barber
In
shop.
LA. They came to LA to do
You
a show
two-
at 3
you two
clubs and
went
get a
out to go
haircut.
get a haircut
Yeah,
together?
yeah. We got
We got a haircut together
Yeah.
in a black, predominantly black.
predominantly
barbershop.
black.
I don't know. What do you call it?
Aside from
You were the
Cameron,
mi- you were the
black.
minority.
Well, it was the first time I was in one and got a haircut, which was cool.
Yeah.
How'd it go? You got lined up?
I got lined up.
Yeah.
Watched Friday.
Did get
Are you serious?
Yeah,
They were playing Friday?
yeah, they were.
What a
That is so
stereotypical
cliche.
barbershop. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, usually when I go to the barbershop, they're playing Barbershop, the movie.
See, and that's more relevant,
Yeah,
much
they-
more
no.
respectable.
Barbershop 2.
Barbershop too. The
Cedric
legend
Entertainer
continues.
killed it.
Yeah.
One of his best roles.
What do you get your haircut?
I used to. I normally cut it myself actually.
Really?
But this
Yeah.
time I actually went to a stylist because I'm trying to grow it out and I
Nice.
just don't know how to do that. I usually just take clippers and cut it right all off.
deal.
It saved me a lot of money up until I went to a stylist. I had to get a haircut for court. So because I needed to make sure it wasn't like I had to get like a real like gentleman's haircut. No, I was
He
under
was
arrest.
About
I
to be
was-
arrested.
Yeah, I had been arrested. I was under prosecution.
Why? For what? Give us details.
I had a canceled radio show at Stanford that apparently went too far.
He walked on his contract. Yeah.
No, I got picked up for possession in South Dakota, and yeah,
Deal.
no, yeah, exactly. And so I had to go back to South Dakota, and in my attempts to make sure that I didn't look like some sort of I feel like one of the reasons why I got taken in by the cop was I had bleach blonde hair, a leather jacket with a furry collar on, these crazy glasses. So I decided to go with a much more, just regular
Subdued
country
look.
boy look. So I had to go get a real haircut. So I went to the only place that I
Dude,
knew.
look.
Yeah,
That's ostentatious as hell.
That's how the tourism bureau works. They just arrest people and make them come back for court.
honestly, they made a good amount of money off of me. So I'm not surprised that's how it worked.
So you wore like a turquoise bolo.
I got I
Did you
went
wear a turban? What were you wearing?
when they pulled me over.
No, when you went back in.
That I should have done that. That would have. I didn't even go back to court. What's so fucked up is I paid the money for this haircut, which was like $50 because I didn't realize I was going into like a real salon.
Why didn't you just get a South Dakota haircut? Just
I
What, like a mullet?
yeah.
well, go to South Dakota. Have the, I didn't want to give them any
Supercuts
more
around
money
the-
than I already have,
Sure,
and I
sure.
definitely don't trust them to cut my hair. Okay.
I got you right here, son.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well.
Trim you up nice and good.
Yeah, get that edge. You want some steps?
So yeah, no, but I didn't even go to court. I flew all the way to South Dakota, met up my lawyer. He's like, "Yeah, I got good news. They want to settle." I'm like, "That's great." They decided that the day before court.
What were you doing there in the first place?
I was trying to go see Mount Rushmore. Well, I went to see Mount Rushmore. I like how you're laughing. Like there's any more reasonable reason to go to South Dakota. Like that's the most ridiculous reason.
Rolling plains, baby.
I wanted to go see the mountain
Just wanted to see a straight line.
no Mount
Well, you were-
Rushmore, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh,
The one with the faces in it.
No, I know.
What do you think I'm talking about?
No,
What's with the straight line?
it's just a flat landscape. Right? Like
No,
still
it's
great.
literally a mountain with 4 faces carved into it. What are you looking
He
at?
means like
I
South
heard it-
Dakota.
hold on,
Like
hold on,
the-
yeah, just
the
the
You know,
I
you know
said I
Mount
went-
Rushmore,
Alright,
that
alright.
flat.
yeah, that flat piece of
Yeah.
land
Yeah,
that everyone
yeah.
likes to look at. That
Yeah.
mountain with that
It's
just
called a
flat
butte.
toe.
It's called a butte. All right, keep going. Took a geography.
I heard it
class.
was really disappointing.
I loved it. I really enjoy man-made marvels, so I was very impressed
That's
by this
great.
gigantic piece of rock. I went into the museum. I studied everything that they said about it. They made that without like 3D models. They only had was like a fucking dreidel hanging off of a string.
Is it dreidel?
Yeah, well, like a top, whatever. Took them 12 years to make
Beyblade,
it
when he's
400.
Jewish, too.
Took them 12 years to make it 400. Why do you gotta point that out?
He's a Jew also.
Wait, is she Jewish?
Yeah.
I should have figured. How many people watch this? How valuable is
What are
it?
their
Where do you
names?
guys make your money?
Are they nice?
Does your mother watch this? Does she know what you're doing?
Shout out to mom.
No, Mount Rushmore was pretty fucking dope. It took them 12 years to build that thing. 400 people had
Who's
to work on
they?
it. The Americans.
No, I mean, who was the Buckminster Fuller of the Mount Rushmore?
I don't. You know what? I forgot the guy's name. I don't remember what his name. But he died right before it got finished. His son had to finish the whole thing.
Pharaoh died before the pyramid got built. It sucks.
Yeah. The worst part about it was he was also transgender. No one actually got to know his real sex. That's
Oh
what's
my
crazy
God,
about
that's
it.
rough.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. He died. He died a man, but he lived inside as a woman.
A transgendered incel.
Oh my God! It's basically a radio show. You don't know what those are?
So it's like people talk to each other, have a conversation.
Have you never heard a podcast
So
before?
so basically,
See, this is what I'm saying. No, she's the more interesting person in this room. What? So you said
She's
you,
so
you
nerdy.
you work in parcels and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
basically are in charge of like shipping, receiving, or something.
No,
You
it's
move
like
some freight.
mapping.
Okay, it's mapping.
Mapping,
So what do
mapping
you
data.
do on your free time?
I like hiking, rock climbing, traveling, eating, like normal people stuff.
And what brought you out here?
San Francisco. I didn't like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
where do you live now?
That's so weird. I got kicked off your radio show for saying San Francisco sucks.
Yeah.
And what do you say now? San Francisco, I didn't like.
Los Feliz.
Wait, you live in Los Feliz? Oh shit, you're from around here, and now
No, I'm from Florida. That's how
Well,
I met Chris Sanders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We all went to
I
Florida State
see.
together.
I see.
actually.
So
We're all went to
Chris
college
is
together.
visiting. You guys are hanging out with your old friend.
Yeah.
And
We're reconnecting. We haven't
you-
seen each other in like 10 years.
Seen him in, like, a really long time.
She came over with this girl that I liked to a party at this like frat house I hung out at, and that was the last time I saw her.
They totally made out.
We did not make out.
Yes, you did.
Why do you keep wanting us to make out? She was stinky.
Oh, what was her
She's
name?
just- her
Yeah, what
name
did
is
she smell like?
Her name was
What was her
Just
name, and
BL.
what did she smell like?
Anna.
Hannah.
And just
Anna.
you know,
Smelled like hamburgers.
patchouli bo. Like that
Oh,
kinda-
really?
Yeah, like
Not watching.
Yeah. Oh, God forbid the one person watching
She's
was
one of the
Anna.
two
Wouldn't that be
people
crazy?
watching.
Yeah,
One
that'd
of
be
the two
mental,
people.
isn't it?
How many people are watching?
Right now, let me see
the
here.
guy from Kenya, right?
The guy from Kenya.
Yeah.
I don't want to like disrupt this thing, but we've got one person watching right now.
Identify yourself, viewer.
Yeah, who is it?
We
Yeah.
tried.
will cater
we
this
tried
to you.
We try to get
These
them to
online
say
later.
what?
Do you put these online later? They're
Yes, they're on
recorded?
there. They're gonna be
Okay.
online
Stay
later.
on
yes.
So when you get really big, people will watch them.
Yeah, they'll be
No,
really
no one-
disappointed and ruin our careers.
On
Most likely.
TMZ,
Well-
yo, we got Erickson talking shit
Are you
about.
gonna change your last name so they're not Jewish anymore? Like, but Goldberg.
Yeah,
kept
Whoopi
her
Goldberg.
Jewish.
She's the
I've
only
thought
one who
about
kept
that.
her name Jewish.
She made it Jewish.
No, she
Yeah,
is
I
Jewish.
thought
Was her last name Goldberg? Always?
That's her real name.
Wait, she's Jewish?
It's not her
Why
real
did
name.
I didn't think
actors
so.
change their name? Whoopi Goldberg never changed her name. she's
She
not
made it
ashamed.
Jewish.
Yeah, no, she is.
No, she was a smart girl.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna add more Jewishness to my last
Yeah.
name.
Have you seen
Ben Hurwitz
Hurwitz
Goldberg.
Hurwitz Bergstein.
Bergstein?
I think that would be good.
Oh, hyphenate it.
And then Shia
Yeah.
LaBeouf,
Nice.
trivia,
real name.
he's Ethiopian Jew.
No.
What's that? Is that like is that
It's
is
a real
what,
thing. They're
Black-
the original
black
Jews.
Jews.
Original Jews were Ethiopian.
what how can you tell an Ethiopian Jew from another Jew? Like what's
their skin, the complexion of their
well,
skin.
well, he looks pretty white for an Ethiopian
Good
Jew.
runners.
But he's lying.
Oh,
No.
you're lying. You're lying about him being.
Fudging with you.
He's fudging.
Yeah.
Oh,
Totally
you're
fudging with
okay.
you,
You take me for a
bro.
ride.
Funny,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
funny fable.
That's a good joke. He's an Ethiopian
fable.
because they don't exist.
They do.
No,
Well,
they
Ethiopian
don't.
Jews
No,
are real.
That's a real
Ethiopian Jews.
thing.
They starve themselves to death. They're done. They're gone.
Yeah, but they're Ethiopian.
Yeah.
They're not Shia LaBeouf.
How did Judaism
LaBeouf
get
is
all
a
the way to
historically
Ethiopia?
Ethiopian name.
It
LaBeouf.
is. It is. You got. You got.
Of
that. That's physical. That's comedies in silence.
So wait, so Chris, you really just came back for one show
I came back.
at a bar?
this
I
spot.
came back.
You came back for one bar
I came back
show?
for one
He's
show,
touring LA.
and I also came back to see the ones who are the most important. you, especially you. So
What is your name even?
You mean you don't know
What's your name?
Erickson?
Erickson.
Yes.
No, you're right, Erickson. She is the most interesting one here. What's your name?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's not the best question asker. on it. She's not the best host, but she's the most interesting guest in the room, as far as I'm
So.
concerned.
I think Chris is.
Oh, that's so sweet of
Yeah.
you. Very sweet
I'll
of you.
nominate
Fine,
Chris is
let's-
fascinating.
let's-
Ask Chris some questions.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah.
What is
Oh.
it? What
Chris.
Chris? Well, Chris teaches all grades and all
All grades.
subjects.
I'm doing middle school next spring. Yeah, next spring.
Maybe one
And then
day
I'll-
high school.
I got a really hot
Yeah.
middle school curriculum dropping this summer.
I teach 101, 201, and 301 at UCB at the same time. All
Third graders.
for third graders, yeah. I actually tried doing Zip Zap Zop with fifth graders. They hated it.
Really?
They said this is gay.
I agree.
Spoken
It's
like a
gay.
true
And then
Floridian class
this
of
is one
kids.
kid, he roasted me. He's like, the front of your head look like the back of your head.
That's true. I never noticed that.
He's
That's
like-
really true.
He's
I
like-
often don't know if I'm coming up to Chris from behind or the front.
Yeah. He's like, you got a hairline like a Mongolian baby.
Holy shit! They are
like-
roasting you
Yeah,
better than
I'm
you
like,
roast
well,
anyone
alright.
else in your
We
life.
got geography covered. Let's move on.
How does it feel that your kids are doing a better job at comedy than you
Oh
are?
my gosh! Like they roast me all the time. Like, where'd you get them shoes? Five Below? I'm like, yes. But they're very good. They're lovely kids, and they come from rough backgrounds. But it's gonna give them character, and they might eventually have a great podcast. Like some of these kids.
Didn't you do a cruise recently?
You mean like Carnival Cruise?
Didn't you? I thought you were doing comedy on a cruise.
I did. You looked at my Instagram. I did a.
No, I didn't. Ben told me.
It didn't leave the harbor, but
Dude,
technically-
so I did like
I did not
cruise.
realize I
It
was.
was an
I
ocean liner.
honestly did not start following you. You started following me because I had no idea I wasn't following you. So you
That's
followed
okay.
me.
And
and
no
I was
worries.
like,
No worries. I
oh,
don't hold
okay.
anything.
And I still have not seen one thing on your Instagram.
Don't
I just
worry,
followed
no
you back
worries.
because I'm like, this seems like the
I
courteous
do.
thing to
I
do.
have seen your Instagram, and I love the iconography. I mean, we'll go back to me, but
Okay.
you know, you in your jean jackets and like looking over the glasses.
Oh, God.
Like, I don't. You know, you have
Yeah.
a very good aesthetic, and just keep it up.
A
Anyway,
very stylish photos.
very stylish. Very,
Okay.
very,
I'll
very
give you a follow.
yes. Yeah. You'll
Thank
be a
you.
brand ambassador for Zara Man very soon. But with that said, yeah, I
Zara
got
Man.
booked on a cruise ship in Sarasota, Florida, and it was like,
Smelled like a
50
steamboat.
plus. And like I made some joke about like
Everybody's older than 50.
yeah, everyone's older than 50. And I made some joke like
Wait,
you
is that
know,
really the truth? It was all people over
50
the-
plus,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was 50 plus.
I thought 50 plus was maybe like the speed of the boat.
50 plus.
Those are knots.
50
You're
plus
nautical
knots.
50
Knots plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
knots plus. But yeah, it was okay. It was fun. I bombed a little bit, but it was okay.
You bombed a little bit.
So what-
in front
yeah,
of 50-year-old people?
Yeah,
I've
I mean,
seen
like,
your
I had
act,
a
dude. I don't
joke,
expect it
like,
works really well with
you
50
know,
year
You
olds.
did the vaudeville shit like bird calls.
Yeah, I made some money. I made like $20. It was money.
You were on a cruise.
Yeah.
For how long?
But it never left the port.
That's
It
what I'm
did
saying.
leave the port.
I don't.
It just takes
After
a
he
loop.
got
It
off,
takes a
and they
loop.
knew they couldn't.
It doesn't hit the open ocean.
There's actually some money in.
Wait, are you
Florida.
serious? It doesn't. Wait.
It could capsize if waves hit it.
Wait. So it just leaves
How
port, but
big
kind of
is-
goes in a circle and then comes back.
Basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Was this like a sailboat?
No, it was like a, I don't know. It's like a mini. Not even when you say cruise ship, like literally like 100 people were on it. Very small boat.
Did
Okay.
people laugh?
Yeah, some people laugh.
But you said you bombed a little bit. What did you
Yeah.
talk about in your set?
I mean, it didn't help that I had a joke with like, most millennials are 2 dead parents away from being homeless. Yeah. It was,
You did make those jokes. You
Yeah.
did do those jokes.
and
Yeah, well,
it was. Oh, no,
You know, they always say know your audience.
Well, I would go like.
This is why
oh,
I'm
I
know
said-
the
saying
dead
I'm surprised
parents
he
in
had
your
any
audience.
jokes.
Well, I said like. I messed up a joke. I go like, and the news they say.
Did you touch someone while you said this joke?
Most Americans.
Every set he brought someone on stage and he made sure he touched them as he was doing his set.
But
Come
I
here,
said
come here.
in Sarasota, most millennials.
That's how you get a 50-year-old on stage. Come here. Come
Come
here.
here.
Come here. No asking it. Does anyone
Come
want to
here. Hey.
participate?
Does anyone want to be touched by me on stage?
It's. I mean, it's. There's some fun stuff in Florida. You guys should come to Florida.
Well, Sophia,
that's-
when's the
that's
last
what
time you
ta-
went back to Florida?
What?
Well, fuck it. You're just like I'm gonna wait till this is over and I'm gonna eat some
What?
pizza.
What did you ask?
When was the last time you went back to Florida?
In August, I was in Florida,
Where are you guys from in Florida?
Jacksonville.
Oh shit, Jacksonville.
You didn't see
Bradenton.
us when we were on tour, dude. We
No.
were hitting some dates. No.
I knew she didn't want to see us on tour.
No, we weren't there at the same time.
I know.
We were not there at the same time, so I couldn't see you.
And you guys went to college together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was wrong. She's not that interesting.
She came on strong.
She's an interesting person to observe.
Yeah, I guess that's
To
what it is. I'm
observe-
kind of curious
Yeah.
what she's like
Drive with
thinking,
her.
but then I ask and it's just nothing. So,
So you went to Florida State with Chris,
Yeah.
and then you went to Stanford, or you just were up
No, I
there?
just did radio show there.
But she lived in New York before
I lived in New
Stanford.
York.
Oh, okay, cool.
And didn't
Before
you?
San
You went to
Francisco.
school in New York too, right?
I did some classes, yeah.
Yeah.
you guys looking at me like I'm supposed to have some
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
response.
you got- you got anything on
gave
that?
up. I
Where'd you
gave
go to
up
school?
5 minutes
Where'd
ago.
you go to school?
What do you mean, like college? Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Glad I'm useful. Anybody else want anything?
Yeah, in about 5 minutes,
Yeah.
can I have you grab
Give
one?
me some Teddy Grahams. There we go.
No, I just want
I'll be right back, sir.
in 5 minutes.
You go to college in the canyons?
With Kenyans?
No.
What made you think I went to college in the canyon?
The South Dakota thing.
I didn't go to college in South Dakota. I was in South Dakota this year
You went to South Dakota?
To see Mount Rushmore.
to see Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Remember?
And you went
To see the flat plains of Mount Rushmore.
Butte.
No.
Beautiful.
and you
the
went
Butte.
to college there?
No, I never went to college there. That was my only time I've only been to South Dakota twice now.
Oh, okay.
Once coming through to do comedy and to see Mount Rushmore, and then get arrested, and then once to go back to my lawyer to tell me there's no point in me coming there in the first place.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question, so.
No, yeah.
We keep rehashing.
I can see
shit.
now why you only
Yes,
played
we
music on
went
your
to
radio
FSU.
show.
What?
I can see now why you only played music on your radio show.
Oh, okay.
What song did you play the most on the radio show?
I like Native New Yorker by Odyssey.
Did you take
Why
requests?
do you guys keep looking at me like I've got something to say about
I
this?
thought you might have something on
I
that.
thought you might play it or something.
Okay.
You look like you
And
worked for a
cue that
college
track.
radio station.
I do. That's for sure what they hear from
Yeah.
too.
Like
totally.
So what fascinates you with incels? Why are you so interested in them? Why do you
That's a great
Let's wait
question.
for me to finish my slice of pizza,
Sure.
and then I'll start getting back in the conversation. But in the moment, right now, I'm gonna eat this.
That
while
is
I work the
Sophie.
Sure.
Selfie or
Sophie.
Sophie.
Your name's Selfie. What's your name? That's a fantastic question. I'm very curious about that. So,
board.
Chris.
Ben, you can ask me this question any day of the week.
Yeah, but I never do. What happened during the set? You talked about how millennials' parents are going to die soon.
The joke goes, most Americans are 2 paychecks away from being homeless. If you're a millennial, you're 2 dead parents away from being homeless. But in Sarasota's case, 2 dead grandparents away from being homeless. In front of me was a 89-year-old woman celebrating her birthday, and I go, but you got a few years on you, and it just kind of, and everyone just kind of like, ugh. And she's like the kind of old
So,
where like.
World War II, huh?
And she was very sweet. Afterwards, we talked politics. She's voting Bernie and all that stuff. She's like, I want to see him.
Did some crowd work.
Yeah. Then I said something like,
Hey, when do you think you're going to die?
yes,
That kind of thing?
Yes, exactly.
Are you
I
a good
opened the
grandma?
show. Yeah, it was just it was a set that had hills.
I'm like Mount Rushmore.
Like Mount Rushmore, yes. So that's what happened. Yeah, you know.
And then
sometimes-
you got $20. They told you to get off the boat.
and they
what
never
happened?
booked me
Never
again.
done it again.
Never booked me again. Yeah, but that's cool. You know, sometimes
Are they
you-
not going to book you again, or has it just been not like? Is there a possibility they could book you again?
I'm sure I asked the guy who runs it, Dick Gordon, great guy, love him. If
would never have named.
It's our one listener, Dick Gordon.
if he wants to get
How many listeners we got?
One.
one.
Still one. We didn't lose them.
Do we know where they
But we didn't
are?
win.
Where they live? What they do?
What is up with you? You're so interested in figuring out who would watch this.
Okay. You work in
know
geospatial
either.
mapping, right?
Yeah.
Geospatial mapping is all about locating individuals. Always.
It's about data.
Oh wait,
about
wait,
data.
that's what you do?
Yeah.
So
what she
Apple
does.
Maps.
Okay,
so
now
Apple,
I get it. You
she's
really
in
are in
char-
your job.
She's in charge.
Well, she
of
did a
Apple
radio
Maps.
show at a college where people call in from places, and she's into mapping.
She's in charge of
Mapping.
Apple Maps.
Okay.
So she programmed that. She helped program that, right?
No.
What did
I
you?
used to work at Apple Maps.
Yeah, but what did
What
you
did you do at Apple Maps?
What did you
That-
do?
See, I knew
I'm
there was
not allowed
something
to talk about it.
interesting.
I signed an NDA.
No, it's over. It's been years since that happened. It's fine. They only last 3 years, and then they're over.
Well, it was less. It's been less. It hasn't been 3 years.
Time
How
anyone
long-
watches this, it'll be way more than 3 years.
No one's watching. It's the one person left. Don't worry about it. Tell me what you did in
I'm
Apple
not
Maps.
gonna tell you. Sorry.
Can you give us clues? Can you give us like a
No.
riddle?
Maps. That's the clue.
That's
For
cool. I wish I had a
drones.
job where I could just say no. I can't say anything about
Is there
that.
anything? Wait, is there
I
anything?
have
is there
there's an
anything,
NDA.
There's
is there
no job
anything
yet.
that you can do for Apple Maps that wouldn't be something that got covered by an NDA?
No.
So basically, it could be you could have been cleaning the dishes,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
they would not let you talk about.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
okay.
have to
How about
sign an
this?
NDA.
Can you
Your thing.
can you talk about MapQuest?
Can you
MapQuest
tell me?
is not
pretend-
around anymore.
Can you
I
tell
don't
me what
think.
makes Apple Maps better than Google Maps?
No.
Yeah. Okay. that's-
What do you
Trade
prefer? What do you
secrets.
prefer?
Google Maps.
Oh,
There we go.
shit.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Thank you. There we go. That's what we need to
Can
know.
Can you tell us
comes
why?
out.
Can you tell us why? As a
Apple Map-
consumer, not
Apple
as a.
Maps has a lot of glitches, and I don't like. And I don't like the. how
This
it
is not covered by an
Yeah,
NDA.
this isn't in the
This
NDA.
is in the NDA is don't talk shit about us.
I can't talk about it other than the fact that it's a heavily flawed product.
Those glitches are my fault. That's why I got fired.
Are you saying like deaths have occurred because of Apple Maps? Like people have
Deaths
driven.
have probably occurred because of both. I mean, if you're distracted by a navigational app, it's going to be hard to drive,
Yeah,
right?
we almost died a few
Yeah, and
times.
probably
in the car
covered
with
in the NDA, I would think.
Very diplomatic answer. Love that. Very good.
No,
PR department on point.
I'm
Very
more, honestly, I've been using Apple Maps. I'm switching now.
Really, you like it
Yeah.
more?
Do you like the light feature or the lane changing feature?
I didn't even know that was a feature. I'm just so lazy.
Oh yeah,
I don't
what
wanna
features do we not know about?
Fuck my answer.
in Apple Maps.
I don't know, but there's a lane change. Like it's like change lanes.
I didn't know
Yeah,
about that.
Yeah. And then
That's
there's,
great.
Like, they added the lights.
You see how much information you can
Like,
share
turn
when
at
you
the
don't.
next light. They don't have that with Google.
Oh,
I
cool.
do like that. I do like that. But you're saying
Yeah.
it's not worth it because Google Maps is still better.
No, it's just so there's just so it's. I can't speak. It's so ornamental. There's just a lot of stuff going on that it's like it's Google Maps is less distracting, and when you're driving, you don't need to be distracted by all this light stuff and all these.
What about Waze? How do you feel about Waze?
I've never used it, but I've heard it's good.
Okay, I'm changing to Google Maps after tonight, thanks to the fact that I have an actual Apple worker telling me that their product sucks.
Erickson used to work at Apple too.
Yeah, I can talk about that stuff though because I don't give a
Or
fuck
did
about
you work at
contracts.
Like an Apple
the
genius.
company.
I worked at retail.
You were a genius.
I was a Genius administrator.
So did you have to get like submit a IQ test for that or anything or?
Wow.
You had a multiple. You had
Fuck.
multiple interviews.
I feel really tired right now, so I'm not good at asking questions.
So you had to submit an IQ test for Apple. Is what you're saying? Because you asked him that question.
No, she was making a joke
making
about
a joke
being a
about being a
genius.
A genius. Oh.
like she just goes to her phone.
Apple Mensa. Apple Mensa.
What are you turning into Pauly Shore right now? What the fuck's going on here?
Mensa.
This is my impression of Pauly Shore as a millennial.
Apple Mensa.
Yeah, I was a Genius administrator. You guys want
watching this?
I heard that's a really good
Call
job. Did
in,
you like
please.
make a bunch of money and like quit?
what with Apple?
Yeah.
I made a decent amount of money. I made most of my money in the stocks. Was it?
Free product.
No, I joined Apple right as they were basically becoming so popular that they could stop doing stuff like that. So I came in right after all the people got their free iPhones.
Oh, that's
So I missed out on all the good stuff because we all thought we were gonna get like free iPads when they came out. They gave us literally like $2 water bottles, like the kind of
Oh.
plastic water bottles you get like your gym for signing up.
Like
That's
a Tervis.
bullshit.
Not even a Tervis.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Not even a Tervis tumbler, huh?
You know what's a
One of your second graders tell you what the fuck that was?
It's a cup.
Tumbler
It's a
brand.
brand. It's a brand of cup.
You say that like
What does it
everyone here
look
would
like?
know that.
It looks like a cup. It's plastic.
Holds water.
Yeah,
Fluids.
it's transparent. It says Tervis on it.
I've never heard of
has
that.
volume.
Who are you talking to right now, Sophia?
I'm helping someone caption an Instagram photo. They're asking for help.
Wow, and you're and I think we might be
Listen,
better
you
at
should
this.
add her on
someone's
Instagram.
butthole?
She's
What
the
is
most
this?
interesting person on
Yeah.
Instagram.
She's
She
got
is the
great
most
stories.
interesting person on Instagram.
What's so interesting about her Instagram?
She takes the most bizarre photos
She just
ever.
sees some weird ass
Her
shit.
eye. She's a good
Who's- who
eye.
is it?
A very
Who's
good
posting
eye.
it?
A bizarre eye.
He lives in New York.
Why are they posting that?
What are they posting?
3D artist.
Ben, what is it? This is a podcast.
Oh,
we need
it's
to describe
3D
it.
art of
So
some
what is it? It's somebody punching computer keys. What do you think? The
Yeah,
caption
some
should be?
Is that an Apple
mannequin
computer?
punching computer keys.
Is that an Apple
Working
computer?
out.
One's an
Double fisting.
one's an Apple.
That's what you came up with?
Working out. That's actually good.
How about this is stupid?
Yeah.
You were mean. Working out. That's a good.
Yeah. How about 4 years of full sale for this?
Full
You
sale.
owe
Nice.
us $100,000.
This is what Art Institute teaches you how to do.
Artist
Go
is-
make some beats, motherfucker.
This is good.
Human, Mike. That's great. That's a fantastic.
doesn't-
Honestly, from this distance, it looks like he's jerking off.
He is on the
You should
computer.
write that. from
That's
this
a funny
distance.
caption.
It looks like-
From this distance,
That's a
he looks
great
like he's
caption.
jerking off. There you go. There you go. Give him that one. Okay. You still want to know why I care about incels?
Yes.
What's the question exactly?
Well, incels don't really like to hang out with women
How do you know that?
because I watch documentaries.
Which documentaries have you watched?
There was one, I forgot what it was called, but
But what was it about? What did it tell you?
it was like.
Do you remember
about
where you saw it?
It was about incels on the internet.
It was a Vice
It wa-
documentary.
No, it wasn't. I think it was like on NBC or something. Like it was
Okay.
like in the news.
Okay.
It was like a short 10-minute thing.
Okay.
Like a date
But
night.
it's like they have like hostility towards women.
And then that's why they don't want to hang out with them.
Yeah, they're not really friends with women, and they're not romantically. They don't like to get with women.
They
have
don't like to
sex
get with women.
But I feel like
So why do they hate women if they don't like to get with them?
why do they hate women
If they don't like to get with them?
Erickson's about to drop the hammer.
I'm not stuck. Okay,
I don't
Ben. I'm
understand.
not.
Building,
I'm
he's
not-
letting
I'm
off
not-
some heat.
Ben, I'm
Oh.
not your little
They-
incel monkey. Okay, you're not
Like-
gonna just make me perform.
Dance monkey.
They just
Call her sub 2. Call her sub 2.
they're like the opposite of feminists basically, and they don't want to have sex.
That is 100%
They-
inaccurate.
They do.
You do.
wanna
You
have
do.
sex.
You
They
do.
wanna
No,
have
shh,
sex.
They don't
please,
wanna
allow
have
me to
sex.
allow me
Okay.
to
Leave
have
it to
my
the
fun.
professionals.
Okay.
Okay.
You do realize that they are called involuntary celibates, right? If they didn't want to have sex, they would be voluntarily celibates.
Okay, so they want to have sex, but they're not.
They can't do it.
They can't have sex.
Well,
because-
they are physically capable, most of them, but nobody wants to have sex with them.
So they're angry because
that's their
nobody wants to have sex with.
perception,
Like
right?
Elliot Rodger, he was an incel, right?
Not really, actually.
Okay.
Who's
He was
Elliot Rodger?
Elliot. You don't remember
He
Elliot
drove- I
Rodger?
told you he's the guy who drove his car. And
Oh.
yeah.
Wait, please
So
finish
was
that
really
story,
wrong.
Chris, because this thing he drove his car does not give the full picture.
Oh no! I told the story to them.
Oh shit!
I
I'm
want
an
to know
incel.
because there's a lot of.
Damn, I drove here.
But I mean, from what I understand,
Fuck, I guess I'm an
from what I
incel
understand,
after all
like,
that
the
driving.
modern
I love the idea of someone listening
What?
to this podcast right now in their car. I'm like, oh my god, I had no idea.
But I understand like the modern cell like movement.
Modern cell.
I have not heard that coined yet, but that's a great
Sure,
term.
So at least through in the Reddit.
Oh, I'm a
thread-
first generation incel. I was back. I'm one of the OGs.
Yeah.
Back when it was just about a bunch of guys who can't get laid.
One
I
of
was
the founding. I'm actually on the Mount Rushmore of incels.
one of the 4 founders, right next to
So-
Elliot Rodger's face.
And there was also that guy.
You do realize though
that
that
shot up like a street in Toronto, Yorktown. He was an incel
Well, how do you know that?
because everybody knew he was like going on Reddit and
Everybody knew he was going on
r/incel
Reddit.
and stuff.
Everybody knew this about him.
Yeah, it was
Well,
totally known about this
it was
guy.
like
he was an incel.
he was.
So people would see this guy and be like, "There's Ted. He's always on Reddit talking about he's gonna shoot up everybody
he was
'cause he
doing.
hates women."
He was in incel forums on Reddit,
Yes.
and then he shot a bunch of people.
Okay, so because one guy was
was
on
like
it,
a
so wait, so
militant
you're saying
incel.
so because one guy was on an incel forum, one guy who shot up a bunch of people happened to go on an incel forum means all incels
I'm
are.
very confused. I feel like you're defending incels. Like
Well, no,
violent
actually, I'm just
incel.
pulling apart how you have no idea what you're talking about. which is a problem because you're talking about a group of people. Are you putting up the beers?
Yeah, I was just asking Chris to grab me
Oh,
a
you want a
Bud
beer?
Light.
Okay.
Incel juice is
That's
what
where
we
we
call
debate incels and get other people to get beers and pizza for us.
it. Do you need another
Okay,
piece of
but
pizza?
you
Thank you.
don't you find it fascinating that you said you'd watch the documentary about incels, right?
You're being so close-minded towards my people.
Who's your people?
Your people?
Who's your people?
Are you an incel?
Women.
No, who's your people that I'm being closed-minded to?
What am I? No.
She was kind of speaking for you.
I'm speaking for you.
Oh,
Like
would
a
you like it if a man spoke for you? Would that? Isn't that bit one of your biggest issues? I'm assuming.
It's like a hypothetical you imitation. You're like playing it off as if I'm ignorant towards incels.
I think we just demonstrated that you are. Are you denying that you are?
But they're
No,
usually
not
not
you.
very.
The incels are gonna love this.
I love how I love how
They're
Ben's just puppeting you
They're
right now.
mean towards women. They're
How-
mean towards women.
Do you know that? Do you know that for a fact?
From what I know about incels, yes.
From what you took away from a documentary, one of the facts of which is that you think that incels hate having sex, which is inaccurate.
I think that incels do not like women. They take out like their inadequacies.
But here's the thing,
inadequacies on women.
Sophie, so the
Chris,
question-
just give your microphone to her because obviously Ben wants to be a part of this conversation.
Okay, yeah, for a second. Chris gets laid. Chris first of all has a huge penis.
Yes.
Gets laid all the time.
Gets laid all. He's
fucking so many kids.
fucking women with flaky vaginas. This guy gets laid constantly.
35.
They're
Wait,
45
wait.
Yeah.
The flaky
This
vagina
guy
thing
is covered.
is
His
totally.
penis is covered in yeast. This guy is
Wait.
getting laid all the time.
What's this flaky vagina stuff?
He's sponsored by Monistat.
Wait, what is the flaky
This guy's
vagina
going on?
story?
He's got Metamucil all over his fucking penis.
Did you go down on the flaky vagina?
We're talking about-
Wait, what's the flaky vagina story?
I think Elliot Rogers. You know. Yeah. Being the godfather of the modern incel movement.
Looking at the door like he's going to walk through.
You know, he's like,
Lock the door.
he's driving.
You know that Elliot Roger is dead.
Yeah, he died. Yeah.
No, we told you he drove that car. Remember?
You know so much about incels. It's kind of a little bit.
I've
freaky.
actually demonstrated little knowledge about incels. I just asked you questions that I've been able to debunk that you did not know what you were talking about.
But I will say this: you haven't given her any retorts.
Yeah, yeah.
Because right now I'm trying to get to the bottom of what she knows. Like she doesn't know
The
anything.
Yorktown shooter in Toronto was an incel.
How do you know that for a fact?
Because it was well documented that he was on like Reddit and incel forums talking bad.
Is Toronto shooter the same guy who was in his car who was driving people over? That was in the UK, right?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember his name.
I don't know about. The
I don't have the incel trading cards, so I don't know the names of the
Not
guys.
yet.
The whole set. It's
They
Christmas.
need-
Christmas is
Okay,
coming.
so
Christmas
look,
is coming.
I'll be honest.
Hanukkah's coming.
I'll be on. Hanukkah's coming. I'll be honest. I don't know. I like how you guys are fighting over this mic now. Okay, but
Kiss.
if you just want to like jump like hop the fence to like the reason why I go to like why I care about talking about incels is like it's because of this. Like you get a good conversation out of it. Like it's actually one of the most fascinating.
People get fired up.
subjects.
People get
Yeah,
heated
people
up.
actually
People get
have opinions.
defensive.
Like you're the one already about incels.
Do you want me to look it up and
Okay.
refute what you said?
If you want to refute what I said, fine. That's cool. But so far, all I've done is proven that what you said was inaccurate.
No,
I think-
you're just saying where's the proof. That doesn't.
No. You said that they don't like having sex, which is inaccurate, correct?
They want to have sex. A lot of them have never experienced it.
Some of them haven't.
Right.
Yes, I'm not
That's the
denying that.
antithesis
That's absolutely
of
correct.
not wanting to.
Yeah, where you said they don't like sex, then they don't like women, is what you said.
Man accused in Toronto van attack admits frustration with.
Didn't finish that headline before you actually decided to read it, did you?
Scroll.
Also,
Was it an incel?
So
was not an
So,
incel.
Toronto van attack called for incel rebellion on Facebook. There you go.
So he called for a rebellion. Does that A, make him an incel, and B, does that make him all incels?
Incel rebellion.
So one guy calls for an incel
Why
rebellion.
would
Does that?
somebody who's not in an incel call for an incel rebellion?
I'm not even saying he was an incel. I'm just saying does that mean all incels are terrorists?
You know what?
I'm asking her. That's what I'm not
I
saying.
said
she said
that often they take their anger out, like their rejection out on women. Like
One
women are the
guy
problem.
shot up a bunch of people, and you're gonna use that as evidence that usually incels like to take out their aggression on women.
It's true.
Give me another example.
Really, you want me to do that?
because you just gave me one extreme example. You know, every so often, like Muslims like to take over planes and just crash into buildings. So I'm going to use that as an example.
The frustration that they're trying to they're taking out on women isn't always going to be violent, right? But
Yeah.
what they're doing is making posts on Reddit that are possibly red flags for potential violence in the
They're
future.
probably like
right?
Oh, what a
incels in your
mediator.
daily
What a
life that
politician.
are
Chris,
Can
are
vote
you-
for
Chris
Chris
is
is
Yeah.
running.
becoming
20,
president.
20.
Apparently, you want to
running
be.
for Congress.
He's running
Yeah.
for incel Senate.
of South Dakota.
How many black incels
Honestly,
are
I think I would love to see Chris be the Obama of incels. I want to see a video where he's
Hope.
basically trying to be
there?
yeah.
Keep incels alive. But not.
I don't know if that was a good
We will
Obama
be-
impression. That was closer to Martin Luther King.
What's up, y'all? Keep him alive.
Wait. Yeah, let's get those nice and tangled up. I have a question. Like, so do like incels
I
like go
hate
to the
this.
club once a month and try to get laid, and then they don't, and then they get
So-
more.
Yeah,
like,
why don't they
are
like
they
wing banging?
actively
Why don't they
tr-
all just like get together?
I know.
and
Why
try
don't
to
they just
wingman?
fucking take a shower?
I don't know. I'm
Just
asking,
ask-
do they
try to work out the
Have they not
gym.
seen School of Scoundrels with John Heater? I mean, come on.
I haven't seen School Scoundrels with
John
John
Heater's
Heater.
got a good filmography.
I don't know who that is.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh fuck, man, I forgot about that guy. He
you
is.
do Nacho
He has
Libre
a
too?
horrible filmography.
What do you mean?
Yeah, he was on
One movie.
Yeah,
No.
well that and the one with the one with the ice skaters. That's
Saying
it.
one movie
Blades
that
of
people
Glory.
watched.
Oh yeah, no, he got one
He was,
movie.
Yeah.
he was in Monster House.
They never saw it.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's a cartoon.
The bench warmers,
the
the bench
movie.
warmers, the ringers. The
What?
Technically, you
Oh.
could say that
What
Napoleon Dynamite
what would be the subreddit you're on then? If you're on subreddit, what is it called? www.reddit.com/r/what?
Ask an incel.
Oh, you're watching the video?
No, it's a Reddit forum.
Oh, okay.
Ask
Cool,
me,
yeah.
so.
Are you on there? Are you on there?
Nah, I didn't even know that existed. In all honesty.
Now you do.
Who's moderating today? Oh, Jim. Yeah, he's a great guy. Hates women though.
Yeah, he's got no nose. It's very weird.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't
penis
just,
works,
go
though.
out to the club and try talking to people.
He should just go out. He's got no ears and no nose. Why not just go out?
Yeah, just go
Yeah,
talk
he's
to
cute. I
someone.
can set you up.
Did you say
can,
don't?
You can fix him.
He's got a cute little button where his nose used to be.
But I'm
can
curious
squeak
though,
it.
right? I'm sure incels, right? If they have this frustration towards women, possibly a phase.
It might
I
be.
mean, listen.
It might be.
I was an
phase.
incel in high
Everyone
school,
has
for
a punk.
sure.
You know, a lot of white kids have
Chris-
punk phase. They have punk phase.
Yeah,
Chris-
some
you know,
phases just
and,
last well into your late
You know,
40s.
You probably listened to Puddle of Mud when you were 13.
No.
You grew out of it.
No, every incel is in a phase that will end with their suicide. I understand.
Exactly. He's actually right on point.
Murder, suicide. Elliot Rogers. Jesus. Read the news, boy. Jesus. Do you subscribe to a newspaper?
Huh?
What?
No,
They
he
still
doesn't.
make
It's
those?
2019, almost 2020. No one subscribes to a newspaper.
You can't.
Maybe all the 50-year-olds on that cruise you were on, maybe.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm 100% right.
Yeah. They watch 60 Minutes.
Tampa Tribune.
Yeah, that's a great newspaper.
Newspaper?
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
a friend who
yeah.
works for the Times, too.
Tampa Times?
Bangladeshi Times.
Ooh,
Yeah.
prestigious.
What info have you gotten, Sophia? You seem.
So, Sophie?
Oh man, she's
yeah,
just giving
Sophie.
up. Sophia.
I'm Sophie.
Sophie, right? I said Sophie, didn't I?
Like Sophie. You said Sophia.
SOPHIE.
Okay, Sophie. Sorry.
It's Italian, right?
What's
You
my?
gave up?
Yeah, that most
Okay.
women do.
She's
Yeah, there
back
you
to
go.
captioning that picture.
There should be a charity
Yeah,
that like
forget
sort
it.
of like rescues incels and like tries to like
Well,
like,
first
like
we'd have
incel
first
missionaries, like,
we
they
would-
go in
first
and-
we as a nation would have to feel sorry for them, and that's never going to happen.
Well, this is the thing, like if you're frustrated with women, you know, you use that energy to maybe work on yourself. you know?
Yeah, they do, man.
You
They
know?
do. But like every so often, don't you just get frustrated with how these hoes are?
I mean, sometimes you get frustrated when you feel like, oh man, people aren't accepting me for who I am. And then sometimes you gotta look at yourself and say, who I am.
Wait, what did you say, Sophie? What did you say?
I said y'all mean.
Okay, so this is the only question I ever want to ask when it comes to like women and incels. Okay, I'm really curious. I'd love your honest opinion. First of all, I need to ask you: do you have girlfriends?
Girls that I date?
No, friends
You're
that are
friends with.
girls.
Yes.
Do you ever talk shit with them about men?
Of
course.
I don't really talk shit
Dude,
about
Ben.
No, not really.
You've never like kind of just complained about the way guys are and made jokes about how shitty men can be.
Not really.
Not really
I mean,
means
Really?
yeah, probably.
You did that
So-
with us today.
Yeah, probably right. And it's and it's harmless, right? You just
Yeah.
venting frustration. So
Yeah.
what's wrong with a group of men doing that online?
Hoe is horrible. Like
Wow,
That-
that's what
that-
you're sticking on the
Yeah,
hoe
you
that I
just-
said
yeah.
a few
Word
minutes
hoe?
I
ago.
don't like the H word. It's bad.
That was the line that I
wow,
crossed.
the
was,
H word. You really did live in San Francisco.
But that's my point. That's my argument with incels is that like there's if women can complain about men and make jokes about how awful men are, why can't men make jokes about how awful women are?
Wait, why are you pivoting? I'm confused.
Well, how am I pivoting?
We weren't talking about jokes about women. We're talking
We
about.
also weren't talking
No,
about
but
you-
it's the rhetoric on
no because
online.
yeah because
I mean,
you're hateful shit.
Sometimes there is joke rhetoric, but
Chris, you're
we're talking
hateful
about-
shit.
This isn't like a movement, you know.
But also, it's
What
not about
is-
jokes. It's about complaining.
What's a movement?
Inceldom is a movement.
No, it isn't.
It is.
No, it's
women talking shit about men.
Me
isn't
Too
like
movement is a movement.
yeah. The Me Too movement is a movement.
But,
And
but women talking shit about men isn't like a.
one guy,
it's not an
one
organ,
guy
it's
went
not-
ape shit and said he wanted an incel revolution. The incels didn't get together and say we're going to change the world. They were just in their own little subgroup talking about how frustrated they are
I
with
mean,
their
most
lives
groups,
and women.
most-
They were not trying to
most-
make a movement.
Most violent groups in the 21st century are decentralized to begin with, right?
What?
When you say movement, right, you immediately think of like a leader, right?
Like Chris
Hold on,
Sanders
hold on,
for
hold on.
president.
Yeah, right, so like the incel movement, right, isn't necessarily like a movement as we traditionally think, right? It's more of a decentralized thing. People are going to the internet complaining, right? Sometimes it's harmless, right? Sometimes it's innocuous.
You really do
but-
have the political hand movements down.
Yeah, dude, we got to film
He's calming
incel
you down.
One
Obama.
thing I
Calming
do teach,
you
I teach speech. I teach speech competition.
Yeah.
First year.
Yeah, bad
first
form.
year,
P-
my
pointing
student
with the
got
pinky.
first place.
How old is he?
He was 12. I ghostwrite for 12-year-olds. So yeah. Anyway. But anyway.
Oh my God, what are you doing, Sophie?
She's taking, you guys don't have a photographer.
With
Anyway.
yourself, hopefully. No, she's probably fucking doxing me right now. She's giving everyone my name and like my address of my office so people can come here and start throwing poop at the door.
What's doxing?
Doxing is when you like give up someone's like address and personal information on
Oh.
the line so people can harass them.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna get doxed at
yeah,
some point.
totally.
But I am curious though, people's frustration. Right?
You have such a satisfied look on your face. It's scary.
Shit-eating
You got
grin
that
over
look that
there.
women have when they're up to no good.
And high.
Are you high? Is that what it is?
You holding out on
No,
it?
she's just Snapchatting how awful these men are. How this group of patriarchal douchebags
Yeah.
are talking about.
Is there sound on that?
Yeah.
Man,
Good.
do I hate women.
Man, do I.
I love my mom. Love my mom so much. And most of all, she loves me back.
I will.
I grew up with a bunch of women, so
Like I said, I don't like them at all.
let's be clear. Let's be clear.
I'm actually gonna see Little Women.
just on the street someday. I'm gonna go to the park and go watch them.
I saw a couple midgets earlier. There's some hot midgets in LA.
What?
Yes,
They're
like
not-
Maxim
not
top
my
100
type.
midgets.
Wasn't one trying to become the
do that?
midget?
Am I still in the shot?
Yeah, you've been here the whole time. Everyone's been seeing your.
This is actually almost directed right at you.
Yeah,
If I
you
use
are
my
center
phone,
frame.
Should I leave?
If you what?
If you want to make a phone call,
No, if I text or like use my app, should I get out of the shot?
It's too late. Everyone's already seen how disinterested you are in
Yeah.
this
You
conversation.
don't want me to look bored. You want me to look like I'm having fun.
No, I like having you there looking like yourself.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because that way, if I were
Great
someone
question.
watching, I would be entertained by the girl who just disengaged in the conversation
That looks really bored.
halfway through losing it.
Do you have any drinks here besides those drinks? Do you have water?
No, we're out of water.
No,
we just ran out today.
Sorry.
Is there a water fountain?
No, this
No.
is an office building.
We have a toilet. That's about it.
She's never coming back after she walks to the
There
door.
she goes. We lost her, boys.
We need a. How are we gonna? You know who wants to drive us home?
Okay, you guys want to
So you guys really want to go see Little Women?
Yeah, go see what-
I kind of.
I really want to see it.
I'm
yeah.
a huge Greta.
I like
I-
Greta
I
Gerwig.
grew up.
Love
My
Greta
sisters
Gerwig.
watched
I'm a
it all
huge
the
fan of Greta
Lady
Gerwig.
Bird was so good.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't
Lady
like,
Bird
I
was
didn't like
good.
Lady
Yeah.
Bird, but I
Yeah.
liked I like Mistress America actually.
What
That's
about
my favorite.
Ha Francis?
Ha Francis? Is
I think
pretty
that's a
good.
great
Francis Ha.
No, no, Ha
Francis
Francis.
Ha.
No, Ha Francis is when you watch it in reverse. Which is a way better way
When
to
you look
watch
her up
that
in a phone
movie.
book.
There's some fucked up shit when you
Oh,
watch
yeah,
it
no,
backwards.
dude, it's
God.
crazy.
Dude,
It's mental, dude.
Yeah. It's like
It's
Satanism.
like altered states, bro. It's like fucking altered states, man.
Francis Ha. Is that it?
Francis Ha.
That's a great
Francis Ha.
movie,
She's
man.
like can't do
Dancing.
anything. Can't do anything.
She fucks
does
up all the
everything.
time.
Yeah,
Undateable.
yeah. Undateable.
I think
Without-
they coined that, possibly.
No,
In the
no,
film?
it was out before that. But
Was it?
that's
You
yeah.
know what the wait? You talking on the Chris D'Elia show?
See,
They-
that,
it
that-
came out
that-
well before the Chris D'Elia show.
Oh, really? Did it?
Francis Ha. Yeah.
Oh, then maybe they did coin Undateable.
I think they did.
I feel like that's just something people had said for years.
That's such.
Maybe, but it was never in entertainment. Noah Baumbach
Bombok.
put it,
Baumbach.
put it
I don't
in
know.
entertainment.
Yeah, Marriage Story. Don't forget to see that. But
I want to see it on Netflix.
yeah, you can. It's on Netflix.
I want to see it.
But I'm good. What are your hobbies, Erickson? Outside.
Oh, Reddit.
Reddit. Wait,
I'm moderating
Hardcore.
I got a question.
Hardcore
What's-
video gaming with unattainable ideas about women and manhood.
What's the
stuff like
perfect
that.
day for you?
The perfect day for
For
me?
you, for just you waking
Day
up.
or date?
Day. Like you know what? Everything.
I don't know what a perfect day's
Boom.
like.
I get to do this.
I get to sleep till 12:30.
Half day gone.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly how I want it.
Sleep till 8 p.m.
Wake up
Dude,
till it's tomorrow.
I pretty much, dude. Yeah.
Eat a few bites of bread, go back to bed. Perfect day for me is the Dostoevsky life.
That's all right.
I eat half a bowl of soup and I yell at I avoid the landlord and then I go to bed.
Well, that's pretty much what my life was about a year ago, actually.
Ducking the lamb. I've been there.
Yeah, I send a letter to my sister asking for money and I go back to sleep.
Okay, I get it.
I put a letter in the post.
I know. I get it. I murder my landlord. And then
Yeah, there you go.
I know. You're not the only well-read person at this table.
I just love that. I don't know.
That story?
I love how it's always the same kind of guy.
Yeah, no. There, a lot of writers are like that. People who like Chuck Palahniuk, like
Yes.
like the first 12 books he wrote, it's all the same dude.
Right.
It's all that guy from Fight Club.
Totally.
Like
Yeah.
just the arcs. and
Just
themes.
the tone
Dire
of voice,
Fight
the
Club.
And that guy
perspective, the way
is the writer.
Choke.
right.
Always.
Yeah.
Juno Diaz, he writes it's himself. It's always the main
I mean,
character is always him.
Most writers, eventually they can't escape their voice. It's always in the character.
Well, no, Chuck's gotten a little bit better at finding ways to like create characters that seem a little bit different than just like some.
There are people
like,
who can
shade-
jump, and there are people who have their voice.
Mm.
I think, like Bukowski.
People who
it's
can
just him.
jump. Oh,
Yeah.
Charles Bukowski is writing Bukowski.
Cameron, you're well read. I don't read a lot of literature, to be honest with you. I read a lot of nonfiction. But you read a lot of novels, short stories.
Yeah, there's a lot of consistency with like Nancy Drew, the Jerky Boys. Not the Jerky Boys, Hardy Boys. Yeah, sorry.
Hardy Boys, yeah.
What-
The Jerky Boys made prank phone
Yeah.
calls.
Yeah.
Which we should do one of
Jesus
those.
Christ!
Oh,
what
she's
is she
back.
doing?
She's
filming.
What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Oh
I
my
love
God!
Snapchat.
Wow.
What are you doing?
We thought you left and you came back filming us.
I went to the bathroom. The bathroom's pretty nice.
It's a nice bathroom, right?
We actually have the nicest bathroom of any open mic in Los Angeles.
That's true.
True.
because every
We've been to all
comic
of them.
tells us every time they come here.
I love shitting here. The comedy, not so much.
Dude, a guy told me.
A lot of incel humor. I don't really
There's
appreciate.
9 chairs. And like,
There's
the
a comic
stage
who
that's
told
2 inches
me
off the ground.
he told me that he comes in here and doesn't do the mic and he just shits and leaves.
Really?
yeah,
Pays the $3 too, though. That's the weird part.
Nice.
Hey,
that
Good
really
deal,
happened.
good
Sean
deal.
Karen told me he just uses the bathroom and leaves.
That's hilarious.
It's,
But
only, it's the only public place in Melrose you can do that.
It's probably true.
Yeah.
we're making everyone's lives better.
One
You guys-
shit at a time.
You're a bucket filler.
A what?
A bucket
You're a bucket filler.
Bucket filler.
What does that mean?
You said bucket filler.
So there's this.
You're a bucket filer.
You're a bucket filler. Yes, sir.
It's a Dutch saying.
is from
Indeed.
Chris is from Holland. Give him a break.
No. Chris, tell him about the time we went to the Scientology Center.
Oh, that is good.
But which time? Any of the and your
It's
favorite
so
time?
creepy how
Okay.
they
Which
control
which
this
time
thing.
are we
We
talking
went to the
about?
Santa.
You went too?
No. We were just downtown, and it was my
Oh.
first time seeing it. and
We
it was
went
the
to the
L.
Celebrity
Ron
Center.
Hubbard, Santa's
Should we talk about that
Forest,
one, or
and-
should we talk about the time?
Scary.
I did talk about
Really
it, but I
scary.
want to talk
Yeah.
about bucket fillers. Bucket fillers?
Okay,
You're a bucket
what's a
filler.
bucket filler?
You're a bucket filler, Erickson.
I don't know what that means, dude.
So,
you want to explain it
We
to
read
me?
this. I was reading this book to the kindergartners, right?
Oh,
and this
God.
little boy, it's his first day of school, and some kids are picking on him, right? And they're bucket dippers. And in the book, everyone has a bucket above their head, right? Almost like a little bubble. And like as people
The
get picked
fuck
on,
is going on?
and when people start stealing from him, his bucket gets lower and lower, right? And
It's
but
like
then-
a video game. What the fuck are you talking about?
Pikmin? What
And
are
so-
we
and so-
talking about?
as he's helping other kids though, his bucket gets filled and their buckets get filled. And I I think deep down inside you're not an incel. I think deep down inside.
Dude, no one ever said I wasn't. This is the hardest part about talking about a subject that like you're not related to is that everyone assumes.
That actually,
I know.
that ties the
You
conversation
are.
together. We were just talking about writers usually writing their own voice. You're doing a podcast about incels, and you're like, no, not me. It's not me. It's someone else. I'm just talking about them.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about a group of people that I empathize for.
You won't be able to escape the theme.
That's why I do another podcast here weekly, the Pygmy Podcast. Pygmies? I'm not a pygmy. All right, more about
Yeah,
bucket
okay, let's go
fillers.
back. Let's go back to that Scientology
Back to bucket
story.
fillers at 5.
Next week, Aboriginals.
Yeah, man. But anyway, enough about that. That wasn't even that funny.
Are you sweet? Wait, that was supposed to be a joke? That was a setup for a joke?
Man, you don't even understand comedy. What you mean?
I think I got it. Like basically, like everyone takes out his bucket. There's a guy who fills the bucket, and that's who I am.
Yeah, you fill buckets.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, okay.
He
That's
does.
sweet.
You fill buckets.
No, I don't. But that's beside the point.
What you could have just said is, hey, Erickson, you're a generous guy. Can we get back to the actual conversation?
That's
but
true.
didn't have images.
Metaphor.
You need
Children.
images. Yeah.
Ages 6 through 12.
Was there a book that stuck with you as a kid?
Yeah, Jumanji.
You actually read the book?
Isn't it a picture book?
Yeah, it is. But
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually read it.
Really? That's cool.
Like with screenshots from the movie.
No,
No.
it's a.
got-
that would have been.
you
I
gotta
want
have
to
to-
see that though. I want someone
There
to make
is
a,
one.
a
You
modern.
There's the one they would come out and in the middle would be like
Scholastic
screenshots
Book
from
Fair,
movies,
yeah.
Like, you
Oh,
never-
you mean you're talking about the novelization?
Well, they'll
which
like-
is ridiculous. Which is
novelizations, yeah.
ridiculous if you think about it. They made a picture book called Jumanji. They made a movie based off that book,
Right.
and then someone made the novelization of the movie based off of a picture
But
book,
they also
and
republish.
shoved pictures in the middle of it.
They republish books that are made into movies and then put pictures from the movie in the book
That's
too.
what
That
he did.
happens. Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
No, he's talking about the novelization, right?
novelizations of
Or-
movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there are writers that
We're all basically
do
talking
that.
about the
There
same
are
thing.
writers that just write.
Who novelize?
Yeah. That's a good gig, man. Just
Being a
pump it around.
novelizer.
Yeah.
They just take the script.
novel
and put,
job.
Yeah.
He said.
Great job
copy
for
paste, copy paste.
fucking suicidal
Sure.
incel. If you ask
Hey,
me.
hey, Sylvia, are you seeing anyone right now?
Mm.
Can we not get into this?
Why not?
Hey, Erickson's available.
Are you seeing anyone right now?
Yeah, I am.
Who are you
so
seeing?
you didn't know that.
It actually just happened, right?
I mean, it's been happening for a while. now.
Congratulations.
Well,
That's
that's
great.
Thank
Where'd you
you.
meet
man.
this person?
I don't want to tell you.
Really? You don't want to talk about it?
I don't think I want.
How
to
about this? How about
that
this?
much.
Does this person make you happy?
Yeah, they make me happy. They wouldn't be with me if they didn't make me happy.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Great. We can move on if you don't feel comfortable.
No, I'll talk about the
So this is
relationship.
Erickson at his happiest, by the way.
He smiled.
I wouldn't
his
say-
his eyebrows went up. He
Fuck you,
smiled.
Ben.
I see
Fuck
dimples.
you.
You have dimples.
Oh God.
You have dimples.
Yeah,
Dude,
Is
I
this
just
the
smile.
person listening to the podcast?
No, they're not listening to this podcast.
Okay,
They don't.
good.
They don't listen to any of my work.
That's cool.
Do they
She's
make-
not a comic?
Look, can we move on?
I was
I
gonna
don't
ask
think
if it's
they
complete
exist.
stranger.
What's that?
Like, was it complete stranger or like connected by friends?
No, a complete stranger.
That's
did
awesome.
you did you
That's
maybe
beautiful.
meet on a forum for incel?
No, we did not meet on a forum of incels because there are no female incels.
He's an incel historian.
There was at least one.
Yeah, kind
I
of.
would love that. But
That's
I'm
pretty
not-
much
But I'm
it.
very bad at it because
No,
I
it's
don't know
like-
as much as I know more than most because I actually bothered to look, but I don't know.
You're like a really
much.
bad incel anthropologist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm a poor anthropologist.
I do have one question regarding the incels. How long are you gonna keep like just learning about incels?
As long as it takes
Until there's not one.
until that revolution actually
man.
happens.
Until all the normies are dead.
Yes, until it's just
Have you
nothing but
thought about
ugly
going to an
sub-twos.
And they
Incel
all die
meetup
on
or
the
something in Los Angeles?
Okay, let's put this together. Do you think there's such
That's
thing?
for the FBI.
Yeah. Do you think there would ever be an
You know,
incel?
he can't show his face in public.
Do you think when it's a group that's considered to be a terrorist group that they're actually being observed by the FBI that they're going to set up a meetup for them to all get together?
Yeah,
in the
look
same
what happened to
room
Occupy
together?
Wall Street. Jesus.
That's exactly what they bring up all the time on the forums. We don't want to be another Occupy Wall Street.
yeah.
They don't do
Did
that.
you hear
I'm
they're
joking.
gonna start
good.
putting people without Facebooks?
What's up? What's up?
Did you hear that they're gonna start putting people without Facebooks or social media on watch lists?
They already are on. They're
Whoa.
already on
Already
watch.
are?
They're already on watch list.
Really?
Fuck, I'm on a watch
Yeah,
list.
because like if
That's
you, if
stunning.
the
Are you
idea is
serious?
like,
I'm not on
yeah,
Facebook.
they're on.
He's on
And then you got like a letter that says, "Hey, just so you know, you're on a watch list now, unless you sign up for Facebook."
Okay, look at the Vegas shooter, right?
I
The
couldn't.
Vegas
I tried to
shooter-
make a new account and like they made me submit a picture of my ID and like all this shit.
Really?
For real. And then they denied it after all that.
They
like,
denied it
Yeah, they wouldn't let me create another.
because you're on a
account.
watch list.
No, I don't know if I'm on a watch list.
So how'd
I
you
just
find out
got
about-
on.
That must
I,
be why they denied it.
How did
Wait.
you find out about the watch list?
I just heard about it, and now I'm
I
hearing
think
it's
I
like an
read
actual
like a
thing.
news article on it. I guess the idea is that people who don't have social media have something to hide, right?
Like your history.
you don't
comes to
have a
bite you in the
social media.
ass.
You don't have
Yeah.
a social media footprint, right? So they can't track the language that you're doing, the groups that you're in, the incel posts that you're making. You know,
Well, it's like that guy that got kicked off
Look at-
SNL.
look at
They,
the guy
like,
in
they
Vegas, the
started
Vegas
doing
shooter.
his research.
there was no way for the FBI or any law enforcement group to foresee that he was going to do
People
that.
think that he was like a hired gun.
Yeah, that's true. That's conspiracy theories. That's a
Yeah.
different podcast, though.
Yeah,
right?
it's the Joe Rogan podcast.
Let's take some shrooms and melatonin.
But
It's a vicious combo.
yeah. So, but yeah, man. Spaghetti and meatballs. That's how we roll.
All right, so,
So
Chris-
What's the
but I'm
Scientology
dating
story?
Oh, the
someone.
Scientology story.
The
Oh,
Scientology story.
you want
yeah.
to talk about who you're dating?
Which one's more interesting?
Didn't want
to
to talk
you?
about who she was dating. Clearly.
Yeah,
No. Well, Chris wants to talk about who he's dating.
Oh, you're dating someone,
I'm dating
Chris?
someone, or it's like casual.
Yeah,
It's, it's Sophie, isn't
we
it?
call her
It
Flakes.
isn't.
Flakes
No.
McGee.
Hold on, she's definitely not going to see this. So
Wait, are we
last night he left her a voicemail, super
Oh
drunk,
yeah,
calling her white trash.
that was amazing.
She's not my girlfriend.
He was hammered,
Definitely
yeah,
not
oh
anymore.
my
and he goes,
God.
"How do
So,
I?
like, so
how do
get
I
drunk-
delete this?"
I get drunk after like 2 drinks. I'm very light. I don't drink very
saw
often.
him
He maybe
popping
had,
and
like,
locking.
6 drinks
So
last night.
yeah, so there's a woman that I met at a party.
By the way, Chris for president.
Yeah, 20
There's a woman I met at a party,
Registered
and the next day, and I literally exchanged 2 words with her. I was like, "Hey, what's your name?" My name is blah blah blah. And I go,
Blah,
she
blah,
goes, "What's your name?" My name's Chris. The next day,
It's actually more efficient to say the actual name.
I'm not gonna say her name though. You know?
Yeah, I don't think you want.
No, but any name would be fine.
But it's funny. It's funny.
name
My
is
name's
blah,
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 blah, blah, blah. You get it?
So, I just want to make Erickson laugh. All you guys, I don't even.
I've
see
been laughing
you.
the whole
I
time.
know.
always, I'm the one you don't want to laugh.
You're my Lorne Michaels,
No, no.
Erickson.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm cool
Erickson's
with
got
that.
this
Is that because I'm
maniac-
small?
Very funny.
I've got a maniacal
guy.
one.
Very, very good.
Sophie,
I
it's your
like
choice.
it.
So anyway, the next day,
Sophie, it's your choice.
yeah, next
It's
day,
Sophie's choice.
I bake a pie, bake an apple pie, like an actual apple pie, and I invite her and 3 other friends to come over, but the 2 other friends cancel, and she goes, "I'll come over. I don't eat pie, but I'll come over." And so she came
You
over.
made it seem like you texted her directly. So this is like a group thing.
I just texted people individually,
Oh, okay.
but I knew one friend wasn't gonna show up, and then
It
I knew
sounded more suave and sexy when you're like, "You want to come over and eat
I
some
can
pie?"
do that. I can do that. I can be that person sometimes.
Well, you were. Go ahead.
But
Keep
anyway,
going.
so she comes over and she goes, "I don't eat pie, but let's hang
You can eat my
out."
pie,
There we go. Yes.
and that's why it was crusty.
Thank
you.
Whoa, there we
Yeah,
go.
I got a
Crumbly.
nice flaky
Back
pie
to
for
call,
you.
back
She
to
literally
call.
pulled down her pants, and there was a vagina
But
full
anyway,
of
we
pie
had,
crust.
we had
She
sex.
had shoved
We had
a pie
sex.
up her
We had-
crust.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Shoving pie in my vagina all night.
But
I'll
no,
be right over.
Yeah. I know. I think I might do that next time. But we made love in the bed, so it was good.
Well put, Obama.
We made love laying down.
Yeah. But it was. But it was cool. It was cool. It was cool. You know. She's 35, 5 years older than me.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
And you left her voicemail last night saying what exactly?
Well, what I did is I
Oh
said,
my
you know,
God.
I almost sounded like an incel, but I wasn't. I was like, listen, I like the relationship we're having. I know it's very sexual, but
how did you actually say
my
it?
emotional needs were not being met, and
I'm assuming this is not how you put
I
it.
think deep down inside, I said you're white trash. I don't know what led up to
Sure.
that, but the thing, I texted her.
Ben,
the
do you
voicemail
have
never
you have
said.
the recording of this?
I wish I did, but I'm gonna show you the tone that he said it in.
Oh, I saw that video of him on the story.
Yelling on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's how he did it.
No, I like her a lot, but she was in a relationship for 7
Chris,
years.
why won't you just admit that you were clearly drunk and rambling and screaming
That's
into a
100% what it
phone?
was.
So, why not imitate the way you really did it? Do you remember?
I can't imitate being drunk. You gotta see it.
I looked it up on Wikipedia.
That's what it sounded like.
Man, do your research.
That was his tagline last night.
Look it up on Wikipedia.
Is that what he said? You're white trash. Look that up on Wikipedia. Do your research.
But yeah, she's
Did
a
we get
great young lady. She got a relationship for 7 years. She was in a relationship for 7 years.
Wait, who? You?
Yeah. And
Wait. Is she in a relationship with you?
What?
She was in a relationship before.
With a
Oh.
guy, Matt, and I've never met him, but she's been single for about 5 months, and
Crikey.
and she wants to be single, but What are you doing?
Obviously, a defense mechanism. He's Australian all of a sudden.
He's going through some shit.
He's
over
really
there.
losing it right now. When Chris speaks in a different accent, he's losing his mind. I have 7 to 10 voicemails that he's left me in different accents. And honestly, if I sent them to like a social services network, they'd come get you.
They're gonna take the kids away.
yeah. They come get you and your children.
All right, but anyway, so she's been single for about 5 months now, and essentially she wants to be single, but she likes having sex with me, and so she continues to have sex with me, and I continue to have sex with her, and we watch The Mandalorian together. It's been great.
Wow.
It's been great.
That's a foundation for a
Okay,
great
so where does the
relationship.
pie crust on her vagina come in?
Yeah,
play?
so we had this thing where we had we had
You have to add yeast for it to rise, or
we had unprotected sex.
ew.
And but it was delicious, and so
What a great-
Did the apple turnover on her? She
Yeah.
liked that move.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
and so as we're like doing the sex, and like we afterwards, after I ejaculated, I pulled my penis out of her vagina.
Oh
I
God.
looked at my penis, and I noticed it was like
Sophie doesn't
there was
like this.
I don't know how to describe it, like a sort of a dust or a sort of. Have you ever seen like?
Did you say that she had a dusty vagina?
Steel cut oats.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
It's like a
really?
Hocus
But
Pocus,
at
like,
the
I cut
very
some out.
bottom, after all the oats are gone, there's just little crumbs.
Yeah.
They were kind of on my penis.
Did
like,
you ask
like
her
grape
about
nuts?
this?
And then so we're both looking at it like, hey, what's going on here? And we're like, I don't know. And she checks herself, and I go, all right, man, I'm gonna go to the doctor, or whatever.
Little water. A
And
couple
I'm
eggs.
clean. She's clean. The doctor said it was probably like some sort of
Yeast infection.
True story.
Yeah. I'm the most honest person you'll ever meet. I'm more honest than I'm more honest than 2 mirrors. Yeah. I mean, your mom might be 1. I'm 2. Yeah. King of one-liners. Okay. Hire me.
Book it, Chris.
Yeah, but we were very concerned. We were very concerned, and I said, I'll get tested. And I got tested the next day. 2 weeks later, I was clean. She's clean. It was really what it was. It started with an S, and it had to do with Dr. Evil. It was schmegma.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was schmegma. That's all
I've
it
heard
was.
of it, but I've never seen
What
it.
is schmegma?
It's just sort of like dried. It's like
Vagina.
that. Like
It's just the
It's-
shit that collects under your foreskin.
yeah, I'm not circumcised.
Oh.
Oh, it was your
It
fault.
was your own schmegma.
So this is what it was all the time. We thought we were making fun of this girl for having a
thought
crusty
you were making
vagina.
You have a
And
flaky
it was-
penis.
Yeah.
The eclair.
So we should
Yeah.
be calling you Flakes McGee.
Yeah, you
Okay.
should.
Yeah.
See, that's why we got to talk about this stuff. We would never gotten the bottom of that. We just would assume this woman had a flaky,
No,
pie
no,
crusty
and I-
vagina.
That's what I thought.
At the very end, I wanted to tell you guys.
Wow, big rug pull at the end.
Yeah,
well.
that's the I read in
You
the
like-
comedy
Yeah.
Bible, in the comedy Bible, they call it a reversal.
Well, I think we all learned something tonight.
Yeah.
Sophie, what is it that you learned?
What did I learn?
You learn to have fun with Cameron and Chris.
Yes,
over the
yes,
past
I
3
met
days.
you
We had so
too.
much fun.
Yeah, we had a
You
great day.
guys.
Yeah,
Great
we had
couple
a
days.
She learned that she met us, Erickson.
That's
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
I learned your names.
Erickson, I learned his name. That's true.
That's something.
She learned
I
that
learned
the
your home
next
address.
She learned
Yeah. On Snapchat, she learned my home address, where to find me.
You were arrested in South
I was
Dakota.
arrested,
Yeah,
yes.
Are we tying up the podcast? Is
I
this the
guess so,
conclusion?
maybe.
I
Is this the end?
We want to do the Scientology thing, and then
Wait, we didn't even talk about our show last night.
you want to? Yeah, let's plug the
did-
show after it happened. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, okay, let's
no.
do Scientology. Let's hear that Scientology story.
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
go for it.
so if
The
I-
show actually was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's talk about the show.
Let's do Scientology first.
Really, I feel
Yeah.
like you should tell it.
But the show is
because-
pretty good.
Show,
You're
yeah.
better at it. You're
I'm
better
better.
at telling stories.
I
Oh
am,
my
but like
God.
the reason there is a story is because you didn't like what I was doing.
You should tell it.
How about that?
Okay. So we go on adventures a lot. We're like really good friends. We go on adventures a lot. And we decided to go to the Celebrity Center. And I decided to like play a character and do an Australian accent. And I said that I was ethnic.
Were you actually doing an Australian accent?
Yeah. And I
Okay.
said I was ethnic, Jewish, and trans. And
Oh, the Scientology guys?
yeah. And they like
From
didn't,
Australia.
they didn't know how. I was like, and then I asked them. I go, do you believe Black Lives Matter? And she's like, we're not political. I'm like, oh, you don't care about black people. And I made a scene in the Celebrity Center, and the security guard just kind of like, do I need to do something? And I'm like, have you heard of Trayvon Martin? She's like, I haven't. I'm like, you still don't care about black people. So I was, because a lot of churches and religious organizations were helping out people of color who were shot, but the Church of Scientology has done nothing.
They're not at church.
Yes, but they use the word. But with that said, I proceeded to throughout the interaction, change my sexuality, and
Because it's fluid.
it's fluid, exactly, much like castor oil, and so, but Sophie is always uncomfortable, even though she secretly enjoys me doing this, and then at the end, I asked them things about a lot of entertainers are Scientologists, right? You got actors, musicians. Beck, great musician, he's Scientologist.
New album out.
Giovanni Ribisi, great actor, Scientologist.
New
right?
movie out.
But there's never been a stand-up comedian who's a Scientologist. And I asked her, I go, who is a comedian who's a Scientologist? And she couldn't name me one. She couldn't name me one. I think she.
Why are they so secretive about Will Smith?
Is
Good
Will Smith
question.
in it? with them?
Supposedly he is. Yeah.
Everyone says that he's a Scientologist. I guess he's not a comedian either. Because he did stand for the first time a year
Exactly.
ago.
Yeah, he's not a comic.
Yeah,
No.
okay. So that was a miss.
No,
quote
but
on my
that's
part.
an interesting point. Why don't they talk about him?
Well, I don't know. I think it's because I don't think he is a Scientologist.
I don't think he is either.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Either.
I think the thing if you're a Scientologist, you're just gonna admit to it. It's not like being gay. It's not like you have to hide.
Ironically, a lot of Scientologists are secretly gay. John Travolta,
Really?
Tom Cruise, yeah.
I mean, Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise. I don't think he's gay. I think he doesn't have a sexuality. I think he just fucks whatever he thinks he can get a baby into.
Same with John. Well, no baby.
Wait, does he even have sex scenes in movies, Tom Cruise?
Not that I know of.
It's the thing. I
Wait,
don't think
no.
he. I
Eyes
think
Wide
he's
Shut, dude.
I think
Risky
he's
business.
asexual.
Risky business. Actually, he does. He does.
I mean, I'm sure.
Kid, though.
I know he has kids, but his public persona is asexuality. Yeah, he's handsome, but you never see him have.
Yeah,
sex
no, he's
in
got
a
he's got a
movie.
very asexual personality.
Yeah.
John Travolta's gay.
So you went to the Scientology Center and
Huh?
you basically made a scene about Black Lives
Yeah, he's
Matter.
gay.
Did anything
Yeah.
else happen after that?
You get a hand job
Well,
from the
there
guy.
was a woman who
He got
was
caught.
Chinese, right? And
Yeah.
we learned her story. Great story. She said that she came here from China to America and didn't know a lick of English, right? She tried everything. She tried Word with Friends, didn't help her out.
Oh, look, he's kissing babies
She
right
didn't
now.
know the words. How are you gonna play the game if you didn't know the words? She didn't know the words. You can read the directions. All right. Try to take the blame B pill. Didn't even know what the letter B was. She took ABC vitamins. Anyway. So
Okay, how much is this bit? How much is this something she actually said to you?
so anyway, with the,
You're touring the Midwest. Your stand-up act.
it's like in Florida. He's got that.
This is what happens if you move to Florida.
I got a fish this big. And I was this big. The Scientologist was this tall. He was this tall. His penis was this long. He was this gay. Anyway.
Jesus was hung like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's-
But and she said Scientology is great because they taught her English, right? But I'm like, but the people in prison, and she's like, yeah, but they taught me English, and I'm like, well, you're not understanding my English. They're putting them in prisons, and I don't know. Sophie got uncomfortable, and what?
That's a shocker to
We
me.
need the second part of the
Yeah.
story, right? We need the foils.
She's
We need the
so at
foils account.
ease.
We
I
need
know
the
she's very comfortable with all subjects.
yeah. We need the
Easy
foils
going.
account. Why were you uncomfortable? What with
You
me?
mentioned that you broke up with me or something like that. You
Yes.
involved me in the story.
I did. I said that you and I broke up, and what else?
I don't know.
You do know.
And you decided to take your flakes and go home, right?
Yeah. But
Frosted
No more
flakes
smegma for you,
are
honey.
But no,
more
I hope one day, the Search of Scientology can have a place in stand-up comedy, and I hope the
is your deal,
Xenu's a comedy. I think the Xenu's a comedy. Make it to Netflix.
The
you know?
Xenu's
The comedy. Yeah.
You wanted to do a
Xenu's
sketch in here
comedy.
where we pretended to be Scientologists on stage?
I want to do a sketch where he's the Obama of incels.
That would be great.
That
Yeah,
I
now
want
we're
to see.
talking.
A man who thinks that he can help represent incels in Congress.
Can I be the Tiger Woods of incels? Can I do that instead?
What would the Tiger Wood of incels be? What are you doing for them?
That's actually an oxymoron. Tiger Woods is the
He's
opposite
having plenty of
incel.
sex,
He's getting
yeah.
more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting more poon than tang. So, there we go. Oh, yeah.
See me in Omaha next week. Towards South Dakota.
Hopefully,
Oh,
I don't
man.
get arrested.
Live at
You know
Mount
who hasn't
Rushmore.
laughed? Sophie, you haven't laughed once, and that upsets me.
Yeah. So, do you find these guys funny at all?
I've laughed before.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
We're more situational.
What's the funniest thing that Chris ever said to you?
Ever?
Yeah, what's the funniest? What's a funny thing that Chris has done
skiing.
that made you
What did I
laugh?
say about skiing?
I forgot.
Okay.
Remember? Okay, say this. Say I'm gonna go. You're gonna.
I'm gonna go skiing.
I've never gone skiing, but I've heard good things. She laughed very
She
hard.
really did freak
She
out.
laughed
at
very
that.
hard at Roscoe's.
When you said that?
Yeah, and people
Okay.
were like, what is
Like
white bitch is
orgasmically,
loud.
yeah.
What time was it?
It was like 11 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's
wait,
like a
you know what?
3 a.m.
You need to
kinda-
eat with Sophie.
We
Oh
got
my
pizza
God.
here.
We
I
do
don't
have
know.
pizza.
I'm not
No, eat food that has eat food that's on a plate and on a table.
like a sit down meal.
Yes, you need that.
Why is that?
It was like eating with a 4-year-old or something.
Sophie.
Oh, she gets it. She gets it all over her
Sophie-
face.
She got
cornbread in her
crumbs
hair.
in
Are
her
you
hair.
serious?
The server wouldn't give her eye contact.
She
She's like, I
literally
gotta clean up
squirted
the-
like a cup of ketchup onto her sandwich, splooshes it down, it squirts everywhere. She takes a napkin, wipes around the edges, and then leaves it on the table. So there's just like ketchup everywhere. She's eating her sandwich like it's sitting down, like munching down on it. It was just a lot. It was a lot.
Sorry, you could kick me out.
Wait, we're what?
You could kick me out of the dinner.
No, everybody wants you,
No,
Sophie.
we love being
Everybody
around
likes
you.
having you around. You're the best part of this podcast.
We
It's just what makes you interesting.
Our friendship's very interesting. We met because we helped an alumni, a Peace alumni, who was in jail.
When Harry met Sally? What is this?
Yeah, we had a. Is this compelling podcast material?
Hey, I
by the way?
got a question actually.
Okay, please.
What is Sophie's Snapchat?
Get her Instagram. But
Well, I
get
know. I
both,
want her
get both.
Snapchat. I want to see what she was posting about us earlier.
That,
No, it was a message I sent. It wasn't
Okay.
a-
Yeah, she says that, but let's go check it anyway just to make sure she's not lying.
SHPI.
SHPI.
I didn't post anything.
Well, that's it. It says
That's the top one.
SHPI. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll add you as a friend, and let's. Okay, yeah. What does SHPI
private.
stand for? Schmegma High Protein Adjustment. See, okay.
Makes a great breakfast.
Erickson?
Yeah, but go on my Instagram, dude. It's not like
What's your Instagram?
just Erickson.
Just Erickson.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's not Shippy. Spee. It's not Spee. I know. Ija. Well, that really killed the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
right.
Fuck
Shit,
it.
what's
Sorry.
going on?
Is that it?
You
Any
guys are
closing words?
Any closing? I-
Senator?
Well, wait. Talk about this. Well, you guys want to talk about
Look
that?
like your picture.
What doesn't look like my picture?
Your Instagram photo doesn't look like you. Is
Yeah, doesn't. What does it look like?
someone that's not you?
Okay.
You have dark hair and you look tan.
Thank you. I think. Yeah, I had that Photoshop to make me look more attractive. I guess.
Is
I
this
don't
your girlfriend?
know. No, that is not my girlfriend. No, my girlfriend has not done my podcast, and I don't think I will let her.
Has she ever seen you perform comedy?
Yeah, she's seen me perform comedy.
Would you maybe have Sophie on your podcast?
Yeah, I would love Sophie on my podcast.
Head to head,
Why?
face to face.
Because you are so fascinating.
No, I'm
Yes,
not.
you are.
Wow.
Stop it.
And I love this banter between us.
Foil.
Cute.
Is this her? With
No,
another
that's
man?
yeah, that's her with another man.
Him
That's
when
my.
he was
that's my
15.
I assume
That's his prom photo.
that could be. That's
That's
so
when he went
close
to
what it could
Indonesian
be.
prom.
Yes.
Is that her?
No, that's
most
not
likely
her.
she's
Jesus.
not on
Why
his
you-
Instagram.
Yeah, dude, this just started, and we haven't to the point that we haven't taken pictures together. But here, I will ask you this: if you had to guess what she looks like, or what kind of girl she is, what would you guess?
Brunette, glasses, band tees.
Band tees?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know that one. That's about as close as you got.
What are banties?
Band
Band
tees.
tees.
Like-
Band tees are underwear that have rubber bands on them, so that you
No,
can just
like a-
snap them.
like a shirt
I know
that
what you
has
meant.
A band, like
on
A
it.
band
AC/DC.
tee.
Like
Band
hot
yeah.
topic.
Mad
No,
Villain.
I like the idea of
Shirt,
band tees.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube is not
Ice
a band.
Cube,
What
the
a great
band.
band.
That's a band, right?
Brunette with
Oh shit! Ice
glasses.
Cube's coming to
So,
town. You mean
like-
all of them?
So give me an actor.
They're back
Everybody-
together, dude.
Adjective?
Give me an,
After
give
all
me an
these years?
actress. An actress that kind of looks like.
Aubrey Plaza?
I was gonna guess that. I was so gonna guess. She was gonna guess Aubrey Plaza.
And it's actually
Uh,
Jenny McCarthy, right?
Yeah. It was, what are
Winona
they named?
Ryder.
I was going to Gabrielle Union.
Pamela Anderson.
Anderson.
Gabrielle. She said Gabrielle Union.
I don't think he knows who that is.
I don't.
You don't know who that is?
Is that a tennis
Oh,
player?
Dude,
Oh
bring it
my God,
on. Come
racist.
on, she hot as hell.
Oh wait,
Bad Boys
the
2.
brunette from.
She's married to
she's a
Dwayne
black
Wade.
girl,
She's
dude.
black.
Oh,
Very
the black girl,
attractive.
the
You ever
black, the
seen
black
Bad
girl
Boys
from
2?
the black girl from.
I would
Bad Boys
impregnate
too?
Gabrielle
No one's
Union
listening.
right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
No,
problem.
She
the
licks
black
butt.
girl from Bring It On, the main black girl
Yeah.
from Bring It On. Yeah, totally would be in that. I would don't.
She was in Bring It On.
Oh yeah, no, she's amazing.
She's very
Oh
attractive.
God,
Very
fine.
attractive,
But I
very
would.
talented,
But if I had to
talented
choose,
actress.
if I had a choice, I'd take the brunette from Bring It On.
Not
Which one's
Kirsten
that?
Dunst.
No, I mean Kirsten Dunst is gorgeous. and
okay.
She's wonderful.
Yeah.
No, she's good.
Great
I
little
I
women.
love Eliza Dushku.
The OG.
The Comedy Office. You guys have an Instagram for your place?
Hmm?
Yeah, it's called Good Business Practice and Marketing.
There we go.
Working on it.
If you
Yeah,
spo-
you're
if
really
you-
going to fill this place out with the 9 seats you have in here.
Well, that's all we want right now.
We sell out every night. No, I love this. This is cool.
What is $3 for 5 minutes?
that's how much
People
it costs
they
to do
the
a
open
mic.
mic here.
You should do comedy one night. Just yeah, in front of intimidate these boys.
Oh.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
She's very funny.
She
And
seems like a
Chloe
bucket of
would
laughs
be
to me.
Interesting to have on the podcast. Her cousin Chloe used to write for Vice.
Is she the one who wrote the incel documentary and just sent it
Mm.
to her?
No, I think she wrote an article on
Who's
Tape.
this? Who are these people?
What is she
Comedians?
looking
My
at now?
God.
But they're all so this. whole
She
thing-
she acts like a child,
Kind of.
like who just went to sleep in the '90s and woke up today. Like,
What is this thing?
yeah,
like the
Wow, I
like the Ripley clone from Alien Resurrection.
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Thank you for agreeing with me.
She has, improv, yes, and it's just crazy how like she has no idea what she knows what Snapchat is, but Instagram fucking eludes
She's
her.
very actually like social media savvy.
Brandon Wardell.
She the
Then
guy
why is she confused
the
by?
guy she's seeing. Oh, okay, don't hit me again.
Okay, let's wrap up on one subject here. So what was the show like that you guys did? You said was so good.
Okay, so I'm very verbose. Is this okay?
I'm fine with it, dude.
That's the whole point of this.
Okay,
man.
great.
Yeah, the whole point
So
was to
we
have
have a
the Chris
mutual friend
Sanders.
of ours. I'll give her a shout out. And
That was
She out there somewhere.
was the best.
She knows who she is.
That's the best shout out I've seen.
I know because of him.
Because of your boyfriend? Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I said.
It's because of him.
Yeah.
Ew. You have a dirty mind.
It's not it was funny. So we have a friend. She produced a show at 3 clubs, and she's like, hey,
You
you know,
should do
can
that
I-"
regularly. That show.
No, it's her first
That's
time
the
doing
first
it.
one, yeah.
So she
She's
wanted to get
produced her first show at 3 clubs.
yeah, and,
First show ever.
Over the summer, we did a tour in Florida. Just like, hey, thanks for having me on the tour. I'm doing the show. Would you like to be on it, Chris? I'm like, yeah, sure. Fly yourself out here, you can. And so I did. Cameron's on it, and I was like, hey, can I get a comic on? I'm like, yeah, can I
I
get
came.
Ben? Yeah. Can I get Ben? And so Ben was on, and the show was somewhat
I didn't
difficult.
go.
The per-
Oh, tonight, last night.
yeah, because she's a great person, but she has a difficult personality, and but the show was great.
I see why you didn't say her name initially.
What, say
I
again?
see why you didn't say her
It's
name
funny, yeah,
initially.
So you gave her a shout out, and then you said she had a difficult personality after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Hey,
you know.
shout out. She's a great person, but she's really hard to deal with.
Yeah, she's very ornery. I can't.
Hey, listen.
Just-
Praise in public, discipline in private.
You literally just
You
did
did
both in
both.
public.
The Teacher's Creed.
Okay.
Well, it was like a variety show. There was
I am but a
belly
man, but
dancer.
flesh and blood.
And then there was like a band that played at the end. The fucking room cleared out.
Yeah.
They all look like
It was
The guy who went
Iggy,
up-
Iggy Pop's illegitimate children.
Yes.
Like,
pretty much.
really
it was
bad.
it was a fun
Lots of
show.
denim.
There was a guy though. He was an actor. He like did a set with no shirt on and just talked about how.
Bert Kreischer was there.
It was a
Yeah.
ripped gay Bert Kreischer.
yeah, and he just talked about an audition.
Sounds terrible.
Really bad.
He had like an audition for like a Marie Calendar commercial, and it didn't go well. And then he talked about how he got syphilis twice, and that was kind of it. Yeah, it was like a moth story about L.A. It was a
See, I
moth
didn't
story.
see all that, and then you went up and then started talking about syphilis, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
That's what that was about.
Okay, you're riffing.
But it was fun. It was fun. I haven't worked with comedy.
Okay, everybody. I think Sophia's had enough.
it's
She's
bedtime,
bored. It's time for her to
y'all.
go to bed. She's finally had enough of this.
Sophia's got
incel
syphilis. She
chat.
needs to rest.
10:30.
Let's all just wrap this up. Let's just come on. There she goes. She's leaving now. She's just too
the
embarrassed.
Walk of shame.
She's moving out of the screen.
Yep.
She's just gonna go to sleep in the corner now. and wait for this night to end so she can finally go back home and Snapchat with her boyfriend.
She'll wake up 20 years from now and
Yeah,
be
and be
interested
like-
in what other technologies they have at
Yeah,
that time.
exactly.
and not
So,
know how
but
to use
still hitting her friends up on Snapchat. Look at this. You can
Look at these
you can chat through your
incels.
glasses now. Incels run America too. That's crazy. Didn't see that one coming.
You know, first incel president. That'd be kind of interesting.
I'm voting
Would
for
you
Chris
wait,
Sanders.
would you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
would you
voting
guys
for Chris.
trust a president who never fucked? What if it?
Virgin
Would you
president.
would so Sophie? You want to get back on the screen there, like?
Well, actually, let's go back. Would you ever have a president who didn't have a wife or was married at all? That's never. I don't think that's ever happened.
It's never
I
happened.
think every president has had a wife,
Priests are like that. They're leaders.
but not political leaders.
Yeah.
At least in the U.S.
Don't acknowledge anyone without a microphone.
Sure. But I but no, you had a question.
Don't break the
I
fourth wall,
asked a
guys.
different question, excuse me. The question was, if a president was never had sex, would I
Yeah.
vote for that president?
It's funny. It would get the women vote.
But that's the. I
Well,
think
that's I'm curious. Would we vote for a woman who never had sex? Would you trust a woman who's never fucked running
No.
this country?
I just feel like you wouldn't be human. Stop. you picked
I
the
don't know,
worst
it's like,
fucking times to start Snapchatting. Like, we talked about innocuous shit, and then the moment we started, like, oh, this is, fuck you.
I just feel like women are subhuman. It's just me.
I don't trust a woman who doesn't bug.
Yeah.
I'm not going down with the ship. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
No, I would think of it more like you're a fucking robot. Like you don't enjoy sex. You like
yeah, there's no way you're a person. What
Well,
are
we
you?
don't- Is it because they don't enjoy sex?
But
or
you don't
they've
want
chosen
someone-
celibacy.
well, it's man or woman. Like if you don't like to have sex, I think you're weird.
But if you like it too much, that's weird. As you want the president to have a boring marriage and kids.
What, I think
necessarily
it's a
true.
safer route just to go with a president who hasn't had sex. I think it's a safer route to take someone who's disciplined, but at the same time, I kind of don't
Yeah.
trust them to be able
no,
to
I
negotiate.
really
'cause
want
they
a
don't know what it's like to have been a full person.
Erickson, I want what you want. I want a president who's about to go on a mass shooting. That's what I want.
Oh, see, there we go again, assuming that every incel is a terrorist.
The
This is
Secret
not
Service
fair.
is always having to stop him from killing people.
There's this huge crowds
in front of me all the
President Joker, you can't shoot everybody.
the darkest inauguration in presidential history when the president pulled out an AK-14 and started shooting
A
people in
minigun.
frustration.
President
got it.
Joaquin Phoenix shot everyone.
Screaming, the incel rebellion has begun! This is incel America! Oh my God, she's just Snapchatting all the worst moments.
We gotta end
we
this.
have our footage
We
here.
gotta end
She's got
this.
her footage there.
You're gonna Nicole Arbor this shit, aren't you?
I was just Snapchatting you.
Oh, hey, it's fine. Just make sure you get me. Just make sure you tag me at Just Erickson.
Get the word out.
Yeah, get the word out that this guy's out here, not shooting anybody.
I only use Snapchat for sexting, so I'm not part of this.
I don't even use Snapchat, dude.
Who uses
never used
The
Snapchat.
last time I used it was when I went through St. Louis and I Tindered somebody. She's like, "You use Snapchat?" I'm like, "I will for you."
That's what it's for. It's for sexting. Naked pics. Yeah.
just text
have
me.
a
Because they evaporate.
Just text me and trust me for God's sakes.
And you can't screenshot.
Oh, I just got
them,
a Snapchat.
I don't know if you can. That's
Why
a
are
good
you
question.
Snapchatting
I just got a
Instagram?
Snapchat from Sophie.
right? Oh, this is great.
It's just me. I don't understand. What was the point of this?
You
What
guys
is
are
the
going to continue Snapchatting, and this will be a theme thread.
God? I'm hideous. No wonder you thought I was an incel.
Beginning of a-
Jesus. I get it now. I get why she said that. I look so ugly and gross. Well,
This
how do-
isn't the end of
how do I
Sophie and
have-
Erickson.
How do I have
No,
a girlfriend?
no.
Yeah, this needs to happen.
Sophie and Erickson are going to see each other again in this room.
I agree. I
With
think
the
you'll be
mics
you'll be a
going.
proper guest on this show. You'll be a feature guest. Quite
No,
often.
you really should come on the incel podcast.
She already
What do you
did.
do?
I would love. her
Why are
with
you
maybe another
filming me
female
like I'm
client.
some sort of like restraining order stalker?
Like you're in an incel menagerie. Like.
Well, no, she's filming me
Like
like,
at the
like she
zoo.
needs evidence for the court. She's like, look, he's more than 300 feet next to me. Look, he can't. He's crossing the border. Okay. Anyone got anything they
side
want
note.
to plug?
Yeah, I definitely want to plug my school. It's it's a great school. And
Shout out to school.
Yeah, there we go.
What's the name of the school?
I want to shoot up my school. no, I'm joking. I'm joking. That was a joke. I want to It's a great website. Google.com. That's my website.
Yeah, check me out. Reddit.
My Instagram is I am Chris Sanders.
Slash ask an incel anything.
Yeah.
Facebook.com.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we did.
Cameron, are you from here?
No, I'm from Asheville, North Carolina.
And you live here now?
I'm just here for the weekend.
Okay. Well, you got any shows coming up in Florida?
Asheville?
Or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, sketch show at Lazoom, January 11th, or ride a Lazoom bus tour.
Okay.
They're
Nice.
fun. Good time.
I looked it up. It's cool.
Yeah, pass through.
Very cool.
Sophie, you wanna plug your Instagram, or your Snapchat, or your radio show? What was your radio show again called?
Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing.
What was it called?
The sound.
The SoundCloud, the
Soundscape.
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 Yeah, everyone, listen to it. Find Sophie
Find the archive.
on the
at
archives
Stanford.
of Stanford Radio, Soundscape, where she plays the greatest hits from 1998 to 2004.
A lot of Crystal Castles. Probably.
Yeah,
It was a
pretty
great
much.
time.
Yeah, it was a good
You know
time.
Those were the days.
I miss them,
Oh,
honestly.
you played a lot of disco.
Who's listening to this?
I don't think anybody is
Yeah.
actually. I think we
Is
lost
it 0
all of
people?
our I think we lost all our listeners at this point.
I wonder who the listener was.
Someone's still watching, according to this, but it's probably just me.
Could be just you watching the whole time.
Yeah, I think it was.
So no one was watching any of this.
No, I mean someone will. It's going to go up on the archives.
Oh, people are gonna watch
You
this.
do
I'm actually going to take this tape and send it to Stanford.
Like I said, we're all gonna be in.
and say this is the bonus episode to Sound Waves or whatever the fuck they call
Yeah,
the
say-
radio shows.
I acquired
Sound
talent
Pond,
at
Sound
Stanford.
Pool.
Okay, you guys asked for the Sound Pool epilogue. Here it is.
Marvel had one, now we've got one. Okay, we're done. I'm putting up the cover. We're done.